Yo, what up? What up? Give y'all a minute to get in here. I ain't too late. I'm a little late, but not too late. Had to get everything together.
Put down that big piece of chicken.
Huh?
Tell them the people, put down the big piece of chicken. Bring it in, bring it in. Unsunken one.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Everybody time to get up in here.
Reginald Brown music. All right, let's see. We got Reginald Brown music, Unsunken one. Are either of you traders? Give me a 1 if you're a trader. And then tell me if you're a technical trader or fundamental. If you're not a trader at all, give me a 2 if you're not a trader. Whoa. So a lot of people jumped on there. That's okay. Diva Insurance. No, that's not Diva. That's DVIA. No, DVLA Insurance. Computer Geek. Shaquille. Okay, so he's a student on Sunken One. So they're not traders. Okay. That's good. Well, this is for you. What's up, Mike Shinnery? What's happening? Panther, God, America's team, Dallas Cowboys. Shaquille, what's happening? Swing trader investing. There you go, Mike Shinnery. Catch a wave. Let's see. So whenever you think we got enough, just
Yeah, we'll start here, and like I said, people will come in as we come, man. So hey, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all niggas complain about all y'all talk about is women. All y'all do is drama. All y'all listen. All right, so we got what you asked for today. I better have the normal 100 some odd people that I usually have in here, so y'all can get this knowledge. We talk about getting to this money. This is definitely a buyer's market. We definitely gonna talk about some crypto. We're gonna talk about some stocks. We're gonna hit the little GameStop thing. Anything that's going on with money, my man Dollar Will got the bills, and he's here to put you on to any knowledge you may need. Very, very experienced, knowledgeable guy. I ran into him over on Amir's panel on his original channel. I pissed him off. I called him Cat Williams because that's how he sounds. You know what I mean? Y'all know how I get with these older fellas. I get on these old fella skins by calling them old fellas, but I have the utmost respect for them. I hope they understand it. And like I said, man, it's a very, very knowledgeable brother. So he's going to be driving the train, the bus, the ship, the plane tonight, and I'm going to be riding passenger side, man. And any questions that you guys may have along the way, put them in the chat by any means. We'll get them up, and I'll ask some of the questions too along the way. And pretty much how he gonna do is he gonna give us his story, is how he got from the beginning to where he is now. Go ahead, brother. It's on you.
Yeah, and along the way, at some point, I might even have to screen share some stuff.
Not a problem.
To kind of I'll let you know when I need that. So trading. Let me start right with that word trading versus investing. That kind of rubs me wrong too, because people that are long-term investors, if you notice, when they make a mistake or things start falling, they go, well, it's a long-term investment. No, you just made a mistake. Okay, just, let's just get that right off the break. Don't nobody buy nothing expecting it's going to go down. You know, we all make a mistake. Even us technical traders, day traders, all different categories. We got day traders. They holding it for within the day. They're going to buy and sell within the day. Then you got swing traders. We might hold it for a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months. We're just trying to catch a straight move that's going to go up, kind of like in a diagonal channel, and catch all of that, or as much of that as we can. And then you got this other category called investors. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm always asking people, okay, so when will you sell? Well, when the price drops, it's cheaper. Well, it could drop all the way to zero. How far is too far? And so that kind of gets into this other category of trader called technical traders. But I started trading like everyone else. Let me give you a timeline. First of all, despite my youthful sounding voice, I'm 56 years old. So I started trading, in the early 90s. So I came out of, around late 80s. I graduated high school in 82. And so there was no Pro Tools. Cable TV was just coming on the scene. Okay, and so I had a job in broadcasting, went to school I thought I was going to be the next Spike Lee and all that. Didn't work out. Then I said, I got to get me some money. Basically, I'm tired of working around folks. I want my financial independence, like everybody else, like a lot of y'all. And I saw that the stock market was might be a way. And the talk at that time was the internet. So now we're in the 90s with the .com run up. So the way the companies now putting blockchain in their name when the company don't have nothing to do with blockchain. Well, that was going on back in the day with .com. They were just throwing it in there, and people were, and these companies were coming on, having a series of IPOs, initial public offerings, just like you got now, and they had no real business. No viable business model. They had no real prospects of making money, and these companies were shooting up to $200 and $300. They were just total crap. But I was like, let me get some of that. So I bought into a mutual fund on my job that was focusing on internet, and this fund was something like $2 a share. And I had about 50 grand on my job. I'd only been on the job maybe about 2 years. And I was doing a responsible thing. All the old folks said, contribute to your retirement account. And just like when you get your raise, just put the money in there. Don't accept the money. Don't get used to your paycheck getting bigger. Just roll the money into the accounts. You can't miss what you never had. So, and that worked. And so then I was doing that, and the internet stuff took off. And I went from 50 grand to 250 grand in a real short amount of time. I think I might have been like maybe in about 5 years or something. I was like maybe about 27 or something. And I'm like, man, I thought I was gonna be rich. I'm like, man, I'm gonna retire at 35 and all that. Then next thing you know, that daggone thing tanked, and I lost it all. I went right back to the 50. I went back to where I started, to the 50.
Okay, yeah.
But I was like pissed. So I'm reading during that whole time, I'm reading Money Magazine and Kiplinger's and Smart Money and everything. I had every daggone magazine. I'm watching all the TV shows. I'm doing my fundamental analysis, listening to earnings calls and tracking the earnings, a quarter over quarter earnings, year over year earnings, price to book value, price earnings, growth rate, all of the things that they use to measure the performance of the business in the fundamental world. But nothing in that ideology told me when to sell. The rationale is, well, if the company is good and it's making money, there's no reason to sell.
All right, so yeah, so that's so let's go there. So it's still in the 90s, right?
We're still in the 90s.
Yeah, still in the 90s. All right, shout out to everybody that's coming to the building, man. Make sure y'all hit the like as y'all come in. We got my man Dollar Will in here. Pretty much gonna give us the information about being a trader and versus investor. And again, this is why I say conversation is so important, because even that in itself, like you said, you approach it from a theoretical approach too. And when you said that to me, I was deer in the headlights. So I'm like, oh well, damn, it is more to it than just trading and fundamental trading, because I never heard of technical analysis.
Right.
So like you say, so if you buy and hold into it, and let me do a quick, I guess, aside, or let me do a quick segue. So this is the explanation that I get for the people with Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is the whole wave now, whatnot, what have you.
Right.
And the whole thing is like, okay, well, buy. Well, okay, if you buy and you never sell, you never make money. And like you said, as long as it's on the up and up, it's cool. But like we see now, people just lost a quarter of their money. You just lost $10,000, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, 25% of whatever you invested in less than a month's time. Because why? Oh, hold, don't do this, don't do that. You got to, and people are, because of the whole Bitcoin craze and, $30,000, when to me, I don't, that to me, that would be, unless you have a lot of money to play with, like, you have a mutual, a 401k or something that you can take from, or you have money sent to the side to invest. It makes no sense for you to literally take one $30,000 share of something. You see what I'm saying? Where you can take that and put it somewhere else and get plenty more. Like if you would have took the $30,000, right? The whole $30,000 you had to invest in one Bitcoin, and you would have hopped on this GameStop wave, you'd be, you know what I'm saying? You'd be a damn millionaire, because the shit jumped like 200% or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can look at that. I see your point. Now, what you just said, you brought up something I didn't. Thank you, because I didn't clarify. I started making a point and didn't make it, about investing versus trading. It doesn't matter if you hold the stock for a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade. Everybody buying a stock intends to sell it at some point in the future for a higher price. So therefore, it doesn't really matter whether you call yourself an investor or you call yourself a trader. You're expecting to make a profit, and it really doesn't matter about the time span between how long you held it. The goal is to make a profit, keep making profit, don't lose money. That's so don't justify your losses by saying, I'm a long-term investor. For example, gold hit a peak in 1983. It traded sideways. Nobody cared about gold. Gold hit a bottom, hit its floor in 2001 or 2002. So nobody was even thinking about gold. From 1983, I was 1 year out of high school, and the rap artists were wearing the big dookie gold chains and stuff, because gold was like, the price went to like, something like $500 or something. And we thought, wow, and then that was the top. Who knew that was the top? But right when the dot-com bubble burst in the 90s, the money rotated. Where did it go? It went to gold. Oh, sleepy gold, just going sideways from 1983 to 2002. And that's when gold took off. That's when the housing bubble happened. That's when oil took off. And that's also when this other thing nobody talks about now, coal. Coal was, the nickname for coal was King Coal. But coal had been running for many decades, and it just got obliterated. It ran its cycle. It's dragging its knuckles in the dirt right now. Had a massive correction on. You'd have to look at like 100 years worth of data to see just how high it ran up. And
let me hop in here. Let me read the super chat now. I'm reading super chats, and I got a question for you, because you said something that's very, very important. Again, wealth of knowledge with my man Dollar Will, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure you hit the like as you come in. Share the stream. Also, y'all niggas ask for this. Y'all better come get this knowledge. Ain't no nigga shit. Ain't we talking about no hoes, no bitches, no none of that. We talking about this money. Nigga, we talking about this money. All right, we talking about your future. Shout out to Kenny Conjo for the 5. Coming through to put something on this. We need more of these types of talks in these spaces. Salute, fellas. Keep up the good work out here. Thank you, Kenny Conjo, brother. Appreciate you. Maddie Goes for the 50. Thank you, brother. Yo, Dollar Will, what's up, fam? Appreciate you, bro.
What's up, Maddie?
So you were saying, and I watched your video, that the one before you did, not the one you sent me, but the one I think you did like 2 nights ago, and you were saying, so money moves to industries. Can you explain that?
Yeah.
So pretty much each industry has its turn, like it pretty much runs its course, and then it just switches completely to another industry. Can you? That's right.
So first, money, the economy is broken down into sectors. So you heard people say things like consumer sector, I'm sorry, consumer staples, consumer discretion, and energy, and those types of things. So first you got sectors, and within the sectors you have industries, and within the industries you have your stocks. So money rotates from sectors to industries to stocks. It'll move from one to the other, and unless you know have a big picture view of the economy to find out where the money is going. People think that when quote the market is down, they think everything is down everywhere. No, it's not. The money moved to some space that was dead. That's some space that's been crawling around on the floor where it's on the floor. It really can't go any lower. So the chance of them losing money is pretty low. So that's what they're doing when they run the price up to the stratosphere, and then they move someplace to try to keep the profit. And they basically, big money makes the price go up, and big money crashes the market by moving it to someplace else.
Okay, and that's a great.
And technical analysis is about watching how they move that money.
Okay. So shout out to Reginald Brown Music. He beat me to it. And like I say, you would have been in your early 20s when this came out. Or yeah, you
Correct.
might have still been in high school. But so how accurate to reality was trading places? Was there any real real life, concepts of trading? And
it was exactly right. It was totally right. 100% right.
All right. Okay, cool.
Because what happened in trading places is kind of similar to what happened with GameStop today. Somebody basically he lied to the dude and she gave him a tip, right? And made them bet one way in the trade, and they found out that was the wrong way, and they started losing money, and they wanted to flip the direction of their trade, and they couldn't move their money fast enough, and they went bankrupt. So yeah, that's kind of what those big brokers are going through right now with GameStop.
Hedge funds.
And there's those hedge funds, because there's like some lawsuits coming up right now.
Yeah, they just announced it. They already got I think a class action suit filed in New York, and I don't know where the other one is, but one has definitely been filed in New York. And like they said, when the dirty part about it, man, is when you think about it, because as of now, the numbers they're saying has been lost so far is $70 billion in total. So
right. But see, if you and me was losing money, they wouldn't have stopped the sale of they would have kept the market open and let us lose. But the air quotes, the wrong people were losing. So they shut the whole market, shut the trading down in GameStop because the wrong people was losing.
And another big thing too that people need to understand, like you said, money is a tool, man. All right, and this is a way. If you want the power, if you want the control, as the people, money is the weapon, the most powerful weapon you can use. Not guns, not any type of physical, interaction. Money's gonna be the thing to make everything. They say money make the world go round for a reason.
We agree on that totally, because money, you can buy politicians.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to my man. I want to get behind. Shout out to everybody that's coming through on the What are these? Not cash apps, but the super chats. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys, for the 5. Thank you, brother. We got my man Tobo 791 for the 20 ball. Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys are liking this for me and sharing it. So yeah, another big thing you said too with this case with the GameStop thing.
I'm sorry, man. Just one thing. I know you guys were heavy into the election. Go back and pull up that data y'all probably brought up about who was giving money to which candidate, and see if you can find the trail of if that the hedge funds, if they gave money to Biden or anything. That might tell you how they can shut this thing down.
Oh man, that'd be huge too.
Do a little research on that.
Yeah, what's the hedge fund? Is start with C. What's the name of it?
I do not have it off the top of my head. But that'd be some homework for y'all political wonks that like to really get into the weeds on that. Yeah, that's why you give the president that money.
Exactly. You get him to step in.
That ties into your power conversation. That point you were making.
Yeah, Big Chuck. This isn't pump and dump though, brother. Again, They won't fail because listen, they were manipulating the markets in the favor of one side. Big Chuck, it's not going to fall under that. All the people did was the same thing that the hedge funds were doing. The hedge funds were colluding together, coming together to say, hey, this is the businesses that we think aren't going to make it, or that we're betting is not going to make it. If you as a citizen and a person has access to this public information to find out who they are betting against, and you go against it, there's nothing illegal about that. There's nothing legal about that, because you're of your free will, you're choosing to invest in this company, no matter the reason. Again, it's a public market, free trade. You have the right to do that. So and that's what I wanted to say. They don't care about the fucking class action suit, because if class action suit might be a couple of $1 million. At the most, you might have 100 million. Even if you have 500 million, bro. Even if you have $1 billion class action lawsuit, which it won't hit that high, you know what they're saving? They're literally saving the people that make it run. They've already lost $70 billion, so they're willing to take the hit for the Robin Hoods or whoever else what it is, and they'll just get them back on the back end from the hedge funds by keeping with them and making money through them.
I don't think this thing will ever get to a court. I think if it gets to the court, I think the lawsuit will win. I think they're gonna win the suit. I think that the hedge funds and the Robin Hoods of the world, I think they're smart enough they're gonna pay off those people. They're gonna have to, because you're talking about a structural change in the way into this kind of effery that they don't want that effery. They want to always have the option to do this, and the way to maintain this option to do this in the future is to pay these people off and leave the rules as they are.
Yep. And like I said, that was the safest bet. Again, you can do something illegal. It is what it is. Like you said, it's going to cost you a couple of hundreds of, even if it's hundreds of millions of dollars. If you're going to save 100 billion or the existence of your hedge funds, you can afford to pay that money, because you know you're going to make it back. What's 100 million to the collective? So great point, Dollar Will. But go ahead, man. How back?
Man, they might even have other hedge funds and they got nothing to do with this chipping in on it. Chipping in into the payoff fund, because what happened to one hedge fund, it could happen to another one. So it's like that whole little industry is concerned about this, because they all want to be able to shut it down when it's not going, when it's
yeah, right, exactly.
So yeah, I don't know what question you had. And I interrupted you.
Oh no. Okay, so so we're back. You're in the 90s. We were talking about how the money changes industries.
Right. So money rotated from the internet stocks to gold, and in general materials. Gold is a material, and so materials were very cheap. Your gold, lumber, concrete, copper, all your metals, your oil, and a lot of those materials go into building homes. So that created a business proposition for the home builders to be able to build homes at a cheap price. And so that made homes valuable. It made it a good investment. So that's what it was, the right time. All the materials were cheap, and there was no place for home prices to go but up. And it did. And so, and the dollar was up at that point. The dollar has an inverse relationship to materials and energy. So when the dollar is up, those items are down. And then when those items rise, the dollar goes down. They have a seesaw kind of relationship. And that's kind of where we are, kind of where we are right now still.
Okay.
Where we kind of like, just so everybody knows, the market that we're in right now, I'm talking about like the S&P and the Dow. This is an all-time high. We've never, so anytime you hear all-time high for anything, whether we're talking an index or a stock, your mind has to think, it's time. I need to look and start planning when to sell.
Exactly.
Right.
So I heard you say another thing too. And I guess this is just a technical analysis point. You said we don't care about the elections. We don't care about who's getting in office. All we look at is the data. We go back to the data, trace the data, and say, hey, this is due for
a correction,
a correction, a shift, a drop, a raise, whatever it may be. Okay, right. Explain that to
us. There's a concept in technical analysis called overbought and oversold. Overbought means that the price has gone up too fast, and the number of people buying shares has drifted off. Like just about all the people who want it already own it, and the people buying it are smaller in number, and so the momentum is starting to decrease. And so you look at it, you go, okay, the price can't keep moving up with so few people trading it, and it's a diminishing number over time. So you see that, and there are other mathematical formulas that we're human beings. We are creatures of habit, and we're very predictable. Madison Avenue knows it. Psychologists, they know it, and that comes out in the way that we trade, our trading patterns. We are highly predictable, and so there are certain patterns in price behavior that if you are, let's say, I'm an Elliott wave theory trader, and there's certain patterns in the way that prices move that we create these price movements based on supply and demand of the natural resources and growth of, say, an economy, population growth, demographics. The more people born, more people need food, clothing, shelter. So you saw that going on as America came out of, say, what we call the Great Depression in the early 1930s. The population started growing, so that meant we needed more of everything. The material costs were cheap, so it was easy to project that we would have tremendous growth. And then in that time, America became the world power. We were not before. So you get into like demographics. You look at long pieces of information to project the growth of a society and what those people will use. Like right now that marriage is down, people having fewer kids. So you can look at the things that people that come with having kids and being married, and you can project into the future that the money related, the profits related to those things will be reduced. So that would be a concept. And so we look at that kind of information, and we see when it shows up on a price chart. That's the main thing. We don't care about sales and earnings. We look for when it shows up on the price chart. Everything ultimately comes to roost on a price chart.
Okay, so let me get into super chats real quick, and then we'll hop into it.
Okay.
John St. Oliver for the 20. Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all for donating tonight, man. Joy Craig, Mr. Fantastic, and Dollar Will. Salute, fellas. Thank you, brother, for the $4.99. And okay, so it's interesting. So you're saying pretty much you're taking real life situations and parameters, whichever is current right now, right? And then what you're saying is you guys put that into your calculations for what the market's going to do. So being that this year was pretty much the first time we had this global, shutdown, right? On a global level, how does that impact the chart analysis?
It does and it doesn't. It does in the sense that you see prices going up, but it doesn't make so. Okay, like I said, there's a wave count, and certain it's hard to explain without. It's like I'm trying to take something that's like big. It takes a long time to explain and make it simplified. But there's a formula, a certain pattern that prices routinely make. They make these patterns, whether you're looking at a 1 hour chart, a 1 day chart, a 1 month chart, a 10-year chart, a 100-year chart.
Okay.
So now technical analysis is a big umbrella category. There's a subset within that called Elliott wave traders, which I'm in that group. We study those long patterns, multi-generations. So now we're not talking about one, just your life or your father's life. We're looking back, 3, 4, 5 granddaddies ago. And you can see a pattern of behavior that is human. It's just not about, me or you. It's just human. This is just what people do. And this is the way prices go. And at a certain point, the thing costs too much money relative to the income that you make, and it just has to come down. It's called a reversion to the mean. Price just has to come down. Like the guy said, rent is too damn high and it's unsustainable.
Yeah.
And so it just, quote, corrects, and that's natural. It cannot be avoided. It's going to happen. So that's what those news articles are, when you hear people with the doom and gloom saying we're going to have a massive market correction that's going to be on the scale of the Great Depression. I agree with that.
Okay. So, we get the real life effects. Like I said, you said it. So it's pretty much the same regardless of the time frame. All right, and it's just a natural occurrence of the flow of the flow of the stock, or the flow of the asset.
Of the price itself.
The price. Okay, the price.
Just the price. Just think. All we care about the price.
Okay, cool. Okay. So wow. So okay, I have a better understanding now. So it doesn't even matter the stock, whether it's GameStop, whether it's Microsoft, whether whatever. Okay, gotcha.
It doesn't even matter if the company is full of crap. If the company's making money or not. There's just a certain point where the price of the thing costs too much, and the public recognizes that it's overvalued, and it just can't afford it anymore at that price. And so it has to correct.
So that would have been something like a Yahoo, or something like basically what we're looking at now.
I'm talking whole markets. I'm talking about like the decline from 2007 to 2009. I'm talking about the decline of the Great Depression era decline. This is not, and no company can avoid it. If you're in the wrong, back to the sector industry thing, if you're in the sector or industry that's overbought, you're going to get that work. You're going to get that smoke. It don't have nothing to do with how good you are.
So it would have been like what we saw with the oil market.
Correct.
Over 10 years. Okay, I got you. Correct. Okay, cool. And so now I heard you were saying too, you don't even really look at individual stocks per se. You look at entire industries, and the smallest you'll go would be an ETF.
That's just my personal style, because I'm just too lazy to do the company specific research, and I don't like my investment being subjected to if the CFO stole money, if there's a class action lawsuit against the company, if the CEO dies. I mean, I don't care about all that stuff. I ain't marrying no company. I'm just trying to catch a wave, catch a price move from this point to that point, and get my profit, and I'm out of there. I'm not ride or die for no company.
Okay. All right. So
that's just a style. So I'm not criticizing people who do it, who want to, tie down with Tesla or Apple forever and all, it's just money to me.
Okay, cool. All right. So when we get into the technical analysis versus the I guess the traditional approach, what are the biggest differences, or what are the fundamental differences in those two?
The fundamental difference is fundamental analysis. That's the view that they reinforce to you that you're buying a company, and the company has a product, and you want to buy quality companies that make good products with solid management. And as long as that company continues to make a good product, your investment, that equates to A, the stock price should rise, and B, that your money should be safe.
Okay.
And I'm saying, we technical traders, that's a whole lot of assumptions in there. That's not exactly true. Okay.
I think we've seen that here recently with I think it was Apple not too long ago. Apple hit like the first company to hit, like I think it was like $1 trillion or whatever it was in the market. But then shortly thereafter, even though they were the first one to hit that, they had a pretty nice decline in their stock price.
Right, and that was at a technical level that we chart technicians were looking at. It was overbought, and it needed to make one of these counterweight moves down. So it's just a normal thing. Now, for someone that's a long-term, buy and hold, style investor. That's another style. That's their thing. Their idea is, well, it gets cheaper, and if it falls, it's cheaper, so you just get more of it for your money. Well, this is just my opinion, y'all. That's crazy to me. Now, if you're 18 years old, that's one thing. But if I'm 65 and you telling me that, see, they leave that part out, that everybody's not the same age. This person getting ready to retire in 6 months, and Apple's getting ready to tank, and you tell them the same thing you tell somebody that's 18 years old. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, and see, and it makes sense to you when you hear me say it like that. But whenever they talk that whack, they don't have nobody on there with something logical and reasonable, like what I just said. And they would never be able to answer that or have a comeback for what I just said.
Yeah,
because they'll turn right around and tell you to go to a financial planner, and your financial planner is going to take, or financial advisor is going to take into account your age, your years from retirement, and they're going to come up with a plan with suitable risk given your age. But then they don't put that little asterisk in there when they tell you just buy and hold. Now, even for the financial planner, I got a thing for them. Don't tell me that I should sit there and hold it because I'm 18 years old. I got a right to get rich quick. I don't want to work till I'm 65.
True indeed.
I want to get the hell out in 5 or 10 years. Don't tell me that I can't try to do that. It's America, right?
Exactly.
It's America, right?
Exactly.
So what's more? See, so when a black man want to get rich quick, you tell me it's something wrong with it because I'm supposed to be the perpetual slave. But you don't say that to, white folks taking all kinds of chances, starting businesses that blow up. You don't rain on them. But I'm just supposed to set my mind on working till I'm 65. And people buy that crap, man. People buy it.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up. One of the big points too, you were speaking about retirements and things, especially we get to talking about mutual funds and things that a lot of 401ks may be tied to. And I saw people take a huge hit because they didn't take the time to change it over from the pretty much the stock market part versus the secure fund, where it's just the same. You just pretty much just set it and forget it money. And they took some people lost a whole lot of money, over when the beer flu kicked off because the market tanked, hugely. And like you said, that's another big thing too, man. Just like this year in itself. So how wild?
Before you answer that question, can I finish? I want to defend fundamental analysis.
Yeah, go right.
In one respect, shout out to brother Sean Carter. I saw him. He's a trader too. He's good. Y'all need to check out his page. And he wasn't getting no love when he was talking about the money, because y'all know how we are. It's only about the effery. But he's a young brother and he's sharp. He's real sharp. And but he knows the technicals and he knows the fundamentals. I mean, this brother is real sharp. So y'all need to work him in on these panels, if y'all really want to have the serious talk. Because he knows
OG over here, man. He took a break. He took a break from these YouTube streets. That's all it was.
Yeah. He's a serious brother, man. But he was pointing out. Now, here's what fundamentals is good. If you want to buy a quality company, because that's important to you, just so you sleep well at night, fundamental analysis is the way to evaluate whether that company has a sound business model, whether they can manage the company effectively over time, sustain growth, quarter over quarter, year over year, manage their debt levels. I mean, it's perfect for that. It's also perfect if you're trying to decide whether you want to buy this oil company versus this, let's say, software company. One don't have nothing to do with each other. They're in completely different industries. Fundamental analysis can help you understand, which is the better company within their individual lane. It gives you like an objective way to evaluate companies. But here's the problem. People think that because it's a good company, that means it's going to be a good performing stock. Not exactly. So I would say that fundamental analysis is good for telling you which stock out of the haystack, which needle out of the haystack of stocks you are good, solid companies. Technical analysis will tell you when to buy it. So fundamental analysis is good to tell you what, and technical analysis is good to tell you when. So for me, trading just indexes based on industries, I don't need to pick a stock. I'm not picking a stock. I'm picking an industry.
Okay.
So for my style, that works for me to just be purely a technical trader and making money on trading forex and futures. That's all just about the price, completely about the movement of the price on a chart and being able to project when it's going to turn a direction and maybe make 10 or 20 bucks or pips or lots or whatever you're trading, to bring down a grand, $1 or $2 a day. That's what that game is every day.
Okay.
So you imagine if you're pulling down $2 a day, that's what's that in 20 trading days a month. You're talking 40 grand a month. So that's how we trying to roll over there. We're not really trying to be messing around. Should I buy Tesla or this other company ain't nobody heard of? We don't care. We just trying to buy this movement on the chart.
Okay. So being that this year was so unique, like you said, you had record highs and record lows. Did it change the way that a technical analysis chart looks at all, or does it still?
Honestly, and I'll tell you, because we're not perfect now. It's an imperfect science, okay? That the high, what was it, 2020? I thought that was it, man. I thought that was the big one. It's called the grand super cycle. You could look it up. I thought that was it. That's so in Elliott wave theory terms, in around slavery, yes, that far back, emancipation, that was a wave one. From there up until around, what is that, 1929, at the high before the Great Depression decline. So the decline was wave two. So that wave one lasted something like 65 years. So these are long. So markets can trade a long time. We're talking about looking on the monthly chart to see this kind of information, monthly and quarterly chart. So prices trend for very long periods of time. So then from at the Great Depression, that decline ended around 1932 or something like that. Ever since 1932, this market has taken off like Superman. We're still in the same wave since 1932.
Okay, wow.
So that takes you back to maybe your granddaddy. That's how. So we're talking multi-generational things. And so we're talking about a correction of a trend that's been running that long. That's the grand super cycle. So this thing is like too far from the mean. We got to have a reversion to get this thing back on track, and that would be wave 4. And the good news is we'll have one more wave 5, and we probably won't even be alive when that one's over.
Okay. So being that we pretty much, I guess, survived 2020, and now we're in 2021, and everything is everything back to normal? Has it settled back to the normal wave or the normal trending? Or is it still have reverberations from everything that happened in 2020?
Well, let me say, in the context of what I'm saying, these waves play out. They reach there. There's no way you can stop it from growing to its conclusion, and there's no way you can avoid the correction.
Okay.
So it's just like I said, it's a normal, natural thing. And once you, if you start to study technical analysis and study how money rotates from one industry to another, you will lose your fear of this, and you'll see it as a tremendous blessing, a great opportunity. That's the wealth transfer people are talking about.
Oh, okay.
Because now only if you have the knowledge will you participate in the wealth transfer. Now, power folk don't want poor folk understanding this.
Exactly.
They don't want you to be. They see rich folks are not afraid of losing their money. They're concerned about losing their power or having. They just want to be. They don't mind being less rich as long as they're richer than us.
Okay.
They don't want for there to be different people that are rich after this is all over. The same people with the power, they want to have the power at the end. Now, but it's in our interest to have the wealth transfer where we become the rich. And you can only do that if you can pull yourself away from that blue pill media and really understand what's going on by getting into these charts and watching. That's the thing about it. Companies can lie about their earnings, but they can't lie about where they're moving the money, or from industry to industry or sector to sector. Or like when companies got together and decided they wanted to short GameStop. They can't hide that because we can see that data.
Exactly. So this is my thing.
And that's what technicals is about. Technical analysis is, I don't care what you tell me, Mr. CEO. I'm only going to believe the price and what I can see on the price chart, because price is truth and everything else y'all could lie about it. I'm not going to trust you.
Okay, I got you. So with this particular thing with the whole, the GameStop frenzy, the people looked at the technical analysis of the situation, noticed that, hey, it's public information. These companies are shorting these what's name. So hey, it's money to be made. Let's get to the money. There's
a ratio called short interest ratio, and there's a certain normal amount of stocks. For every stock that has like options or whatever, there's a normal amount of people that are betting against a stock at any given time. What's up? That's one of my supporters on our Patreon. What's up, Maddie? Yeah, I featured Maddie earlier this week. Y'all need to check that out. He's killing the game in the penny stock sector. I mean, killing it. Okay, but what was I saying? I lost my point. What was I just talking about?
Oh, you was talking about
there's a normal amount of people. Let's say normally there's 5,000 people shorting a particular stock, but now you look up, now it's 100,000 shorting. You go, what the heck is going on? That's what the people who follow short interest ratio, that's what they're looking for, a surge in that number, because that tells you that the sentiment has changed. See, big money, they got sneaky ways that they try to hide what they're doing. They go into the options market and they'll buy, puts and calls in the options market. But, those of us that got the game, we go right over there and watch for the numbers to look different. The numbers start looking weird. We go, oh, they getting ready to short that. And that's what they found out on the Reddit group. They got some boss traders in that Reddit group. They know all them tricks. And so they saw that these hedge funds was trying to hit these a lot of these retailers, because we got the cooties going on right now. The cooties, ain't nobody going to no mall. Okay, everybody's sitting up here waiting on a stimulus check. So it don't even stand the reason why these things would be running up like this. And so the hedge funds like, well, let's just go on and put this thing out of its misery. And the people in Reddit saw that and they said, nah, that's not today. Not today.
Run me that check.
But it's all based on using information that's publicly available about how people are actually investing their money. So that would be like a market technician would do a jack move like the Reddit people did. So we look at that kind of information. We look at the volume, we look at short interest ratio, different things like that. Because that big money, man, the whales run the show. Let's just be real. We just guppies along for the ride. So, when you have an experience like I explained earlier, where you lose a whole lot of money and, you're in your fundamentals perspective and you learn that crap don't work. And then, so I had to find out when I lost that money in the .com thing, I was pissed off for a couple of years. I was like into my conspiracy bag, and then I said, wait a minute. Who made money? And what did they know? What was their ideology that would differ from my ideology? And I kept hearing this term, technicals. I had never heard it before. And then I was on a forum on a site called Wall Street Survivor, and they had a trading contest between people who were fundamental and style investors versus technical traders, and I'm like, okay. And so they had a leaderboard of the best performers on the technical trades and best performers of the fundamental trades. And the fundamental side was getting, 15-20%, and they were popping their collar because that's considered a good return if you get annually, 15-20%. The technical folks they had, 2, 3, 4, 500, 1,000%. I mean, it was completely. I'm like, what in the heck are they doing? I want to know what they know. And so this site, Wall Street Survivor, is still around right now, but it has a different focus. It doesn't do the trading contests anymore. But they had a buddy list, a friend list and stuff. This was before Facebook and all of that. And you could ask people, hey, man, what made you buy that? And so they said keywords to me like technical analysis. They were like, basically, they were kind of saying like, go away. Just go look up these words. And they said technical analysis. They said price action. And those were the main two. And then other words. They said go to investopedia.com and use the glossary. And so they just kind of, threw me just like, here, go away. Look up this. And that's kind of how I walked my way into it. And then I was able to see why they were making the decisions they were making and why they were coming away with the gain, because they were not planning to hold the stock, forever, some undefined at the time. Technical analysis has projections about where the price is likely to move, what prices can move. Prices only move up, down, and sideways. Okay, they surge high and then they drop a little bit and kind of move sideways, regain their strength, rest up for the next surge. Then it surges again. And these things happen at certain predictable levels. And so I learned that. And so these guys was, and their keys or tips when it's about to break out and surge higher. And so it just took me a while to, learn it. I had nobody guiding me through it, but that's, but once you learn, you learn. And then comes the internet and YouTube.
And everything.
And the rest is history, right?
Yeah, you find everything out. So up, down, and sideways. And of course, down is a dip or crash. Well, not necessarily a crash, but just a decrease. Up is a decrease, and sideways will be just level.
We call that consolidation. Call that resting, regaining energy. Okay. Yeah.
So the resting point. So that's pretty much okay. So
accumulation, it's more than just a resting point, right? It's getting strength for another surge.
Okay. So how often does a technical trader sell stock?
It depends on, again, like I said in the beginning, technical analysis works on every time frame. And so a day trader is usually they are a practicing technical analysis. So you can trade intraday. You can also trade some trade maybe one trade in a week. So they're looking at that basically that weekly candlestick. They're trading the creation of that weekly candlestick. Or you can trade monthly. You're trading that monthly candlestick or quarterly. So it's a style thing. At that point, it's a style thing. Remember what I said earlier, these patterns repeat at every time frame. So part of learning technical analysis, and I tell the people in my group, you got to figure that out for yourself. What's your style? If you work in a job, then you can't be a day trader, obviously. So, you're just trying to manage your retirement account. So you're going to be looking at the weekly chart, trying to catch a swing on that. And, you might make one or two trades a year.
Okay.
So you can be as active as you want, depending on the style that you choose. So it's one thing if you're managing your retirement. That's how I came into it. I came into it just trying, because I had a 6-figure job. So I didn't need the immediate money like that. I was just trying to get rich in my retirement account so I could walk away and have no job with nobody. I wasn't trying to work for nobody no more. So that was my mindset. Then when I eventually left the job, I'm like, wait a minute. I miss having a paycheck every 2 weeks. So that meant I have to do a different style of technical analysis now, where I could take down money on the regular shit. I mean, I can't afford to wait 6 or 9 months to get the big tsunami. No, I got to eat every day.
So that's another great point too. So what's the I guess the number of black men you've seen go the trader or investor route for sources of income? Because you've been here at the beginning, right? So how have you seen the increase of black men getting into stocks, whether it be fundamental or technical analysis, as a career, or as a not necessarily a career, but as a form of their job, their form of income?
Let me find, before I answer. Let me see. Are you in your 40s, 30s?
I'm 37.
I'm sorry. You see how old?
37.
Your generation has grabbed a hold of this, and the guys in their 20s and 30s, y'all all over this. And when I was in my 20s doing this, none of my friends was into this. I couldn't have no conversation with nobody. I got into it because I was 23 when I went to my job, and this young white guy, he was like 2 years younger than me, and he knew all about stocks. And so, I'm all in my, pro-blackness and everything. And that hurt my feelings, man. That pissed me off. Because I'm like, wait a minute. If he knows that, and I don't know any of it, and he think he's superior, or they think they superior, and we supposed to be inferior, well, maybe they right. Maybe I am. Maybe we are inferior. I couldn't handle that, man. I mean, that pissed me off at a cellular level. I went to Borders bookstore and I got a book called How to Read the Stock Charts. I'm sorry, back in the day in the newspaper, the stock there was a stock table that came out in the newspaper.
Yeah, I actually remember seeing that. We had a up until like I want to say like would have been the 90s. I would say late 90s, like 99.
Yeah, they took it out the paper around there.
Economics class, and like I said, that was the first time I actually even really paid attention to the stock market in the newspaper. But we had because it was economics class, that was one of the things we were gonna do, like you said, like a trading contest, right?
Yeah, and it was kind of coded, right? You had to decode. It wasn't just like written out in plain common sense. You had to understand how it was coded. So, and I ain't had nobody to teach me. I had to go to the bookstore to buy a book to teach me. And I had never had nobody I could talk to about it. And then now all I see brothers all over Instagram, YouTube, and because I'm a technical trader and I see what they're doing, I'm telling you that a lot of them guys that you see talking about how much money they making, it's real. It's real. Even don't sleep on that 20-something-year-old. I'm telling you, I see what they're doing on the charts, and I can tell the ones who faking and the ones who really understand what they're doing. A lot of them are really making that money.
Okay, cool.
And that changed from hardly nobody doing it when I was young to now. It's like it's a cool thing to do. So hey. It's a revolution going on, and the 20-somethings and 30-somethings, they got this thing by the horn. I mean, I'm over. They even got I hang out over there on the Sonetta with the pro blacks over there. They take out their money thing on, and they talking technicals and stuff. I mean, and we're doing it over here. If you go back 3 years ago, we weren't even talking about it. I mean, I came into it because I was, on the Coliseum with BGS and them 8-hour hangouts, and they're arguing and fighting and doing all of that stuff. And this was before the Black Brain Trust, and so we always over there. And that's how we met. And so BGS used to take an hour or so to talk about, geopolitics and money, and that's where I got on a panel for the first time. And that's when this Black manosphere slowly started to open up, to that kind of information. So we kind of watched the culture change. I think the Black manosphere was like right in step with the change of our Black people embracing it. So this is to answer your question, it's a new thing. And it's many more black people doing it at every age than you. And if you know how the algorithm works, you go on YouTube until you click on certain videos, you don't get.
You never know about.
You will never know it exists.
Yep.
But if once you start clicking on them videos, you'll see them all the time.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a lot. We in there, man. We in there. And like I said, Sean Carter, that's how I saw him. I said, oh man, young brother. So I said, let me check him out. Now, listen to him. I said, yeah, man, he with it, man.
Yeah, man. Old Perfectabliss. That used to be his name, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
In these mean YouTube streets. So let's see. Man, you got time? You want to do the panel thing? And I'm not. I know you ain't trying to argue or nothing, but
nah. You and I had our wrestling. I seem to meet people like that. It's an Aries thing, man. It come out of me, man.
Good, bro.
We like that fire, man. This is the thing. I don't hold no grudge. I fight with everybody.
Yeah, man. Ain't no what's name, but let drop the link so people can come up here, ask questions.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, we'll get into it. Big Truck, don't come your ass up here being loud, nigga. Shout out to Soul Provider Speech for the Cash App, brother. Appreciate you.
But let me say this right off the rip. I'm not against cryptocurrency, but that's not my thing. That's what my man Lionel, he's in my group. And
shout out to Lionel, man.
Yeah, I teach him, and Iori 666. Y'all see him, Lionel and Iori. They teach me about cryptocurrency. I teach them how to read the charts. That's how we got that. That's how that worked out. So any question I got about crypto or something, I ask one of them.
Yeah, and Lionel just did the talk with Bernard Riley last week. I definitely like his approach to it because he gives the context. That's the most important part, man. So make sure if you guys aren't already subscribe to Dollar Will and or Lionel. Make sure you guys pull up on and Perfectabliss, bro. I didn't even know you had a channel, bro. You got to check. You got to see. Look at it. Behind the channel. That's what I'm talking about, man. Which is you should still be modded up over. Let me make sure.
Yeah. See, and Lionel is about to complete his qualification to become what they call a funded trader. So he'll be working, trading a company's money. He's going to have $100,000 buying power.
Wow.
And the way that these companies, they're called proprietary trading companies. And so they let you have access to their money, and you can keep anywhere from 70 to 80%. And then the house keeps the 20 to 30%.
Wow.
The rules are very strict.
Oh, shit. It's Bro Truth. God damn it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, man. You know I'm about to go in.
Ain't no niggas thing, y'all chill.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm about to go in there. Come on,
good
man.
evening. How are you?
Y'all chill, man. Hold on.
Man. With the shit all day.
Wait. Let Dollar Will finish. Go ahead. You finish explaining what he certified. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that, and Lionel just started learning technical analysis from me a year ago. So 1 year of serious, commitment got him to a level where he's about to pass the test with a company. And if he gets on, we're talking about making, it would be nothing to make, 10 grand, 10, 15 grand a month.
Hey, man, definitely shout out to Lionel, man. And again, another big thing, brothers helping brothers, man. That's what the Black Man Share is supposed to be all about. Right. Working together and everybody coming together, man, to, help each other get something new, man. Shout out to my man. Yeah. Brandon L. Everybody changed their name up, aka Bitcoin L, man. One of the original BABG alumni, brother. Appreciate you for the cash out, man. The $15 ball. Thank you, brother.
And like Matt and Maddie Ghost, y'all see him in the chat. I featured Lionel earlier this week and Maddie on a different show this week on my channel. Maddie, man, he put it out there. Maddie crossed the 200K mark.
Oh shit!
Right. So we got some people killing the game, and my Patreon ain't for $10 a month, y'all. It ain't no upsell. I ain't got no other product I'm trying to sell, and you can get one-on-one.
I'm gonna sign up today, man. I just started watching a thing to catch up to get a little understanding. So, man, I'll make sure I go ahead and put that 10 on there, man. Because again, fellas, listen, bro, if you, I'm like Dollar Will, bro. I'm not trying to wait till I'm 60 retire, bro. I want to be done. I don't want to be working for nobody, no clock, no nothing. I just want the money to roll in and be able to sit it down by 50, nigga. All right, I need that. So, and another great way to do this, man, is multiple streams of income. And by all means, man, you can do this without having to, break your back and do all that extra shit, man. This is the way to go. Yeah.
I want to get me an Amazon FBA to go with this trade. That'd be it, man. Oh, it'd be game over.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sell something on Amazon and trade. That's all. Hey.
Most definitely. But we got this loud nigga in here, man. Big
right.
Truck. What's going on, brother?
Okay, great. You see that screen that I'm sharing with you? I'd like you to blow that up for a second.
Not a problem.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, I'd like to clear this up. Number one, I work on Wall Street, and one thing you need to understand about us from New York is we make the rules, we write the rules, and we know how to make sure that y'all don't get any traction whatsoever. Paragraph 16, restrictions on trading for the Robinhood contract terms of service, which you sign before you start trading. I understand that Robinhood may, in its discretion, prohibit or restrict the trading of securities or the substitution of securities in any of my accounts. I understand that Robinhood may execute all orders by me or any exchange or market unless I specifically instruct Robinhood to do the contrary. In the event of a breach or default by me, blah, 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 that part's not even important. But I'll keep going down. Furthermore, Robinhood will not tolerate any foul or abusive language, i.e. hate speech, physical violence, threatening behavior, or any inappropriate conduct directed towards Robinhood. Long story short, when I said that any person who tries to sue Robinhood for locking them out and not allowing them to buy or sell, they lost the moment they signed the terms of service.
You know what?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Before I go, and I'll make it short. In addition to that, this exact same thing applies on social media because chances are none of you read the terms of service. None of you read the contract. You just said, oh, I want to get in. You got in. And then once you got in, when they start restricting you and saying what you can and cannot say, then all of a sudden everybody's in a kerfluffle. Oh, they're restricting my rights. Oh, they're fucking with me because I'm a conservative. Guess what? You signed it. And if you take it to court, you lose. Okay, I let my I'm done. Yeah, there you go.
I want to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You slam dunked on that.
Thank you.
And I'm guilty. I don't read that crap. And I have a Robinhood account. I don't trade in it.
When I have to deal with these people, when I have to deal with a client who comes up and says some bullshit about, oh, well, it's not my fault that I didn't pay enough into my principal or my interest. When I have to deal with that shit, I point them straight to the contract and I'm like, guess what? You signed this shit. And if you didn't have a lawyer with you because you were too fucking cheap to pay $1,500, then guess what, my friend? You need to reevaluate your life because it's not our fault that you were cheap and you cheaped out on signing and reading the contract. That's why, remember, any of these social media services you use, these are all private and you're signing a terms of service, a contract before you even walk in. So Robinhood had every single right to restrict your account because you signed it over to them.
Now, with that said,
yes.
You are legally, without me being a lawyer, but my common sense says that you're right.
Thank you.
From a legal standpoint. However,
yes,
there's always the political side of it.
Okay. And as for the political side, I'm pretty sure you'll notice that the Congress now is in control of people that Bro Truth and Mr. Fantastic absolutely love. Pelosi, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar. I'm fairly certain that the Democrats are going to run the spin as, you know what? These capitalist Wall Street greedy hedge fund managers were ripping off the people and blah, 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 blah. Now, I will say this. When somebody's up there saying that Robinhood is in danger, yeah, granted, a lot of people could stop using Robinhood right. They don't have to use Robinhood. I use TD Ameritrade and E-Trade. I don't use Robinhood. Robinhood is for children. But the bottom line is, Robinhood, see, fantastic, start laughing. Robinhood is for fucking kids. You know who's using Robinhood? It's little fucking children. And what I did was, as soon as they turn 18, I hand them a trading account. And then all I have to do is come on social media and I talk some shit and I say, hey, guess what, everybody? Wouldn't it be great if we buy a lot of shares in Marijuana Company of America? And then they're like, hey, can I get rich doing it? And they say, yes. And then all of a sudden they start pouring money into it. That's fantastic. Told me that this is not a pump and dump. This is absolutely a pump and dump.
Well, let me get in here. I say that I have a Robinhood account. I also have a TD Ameritrade. Hold on. I heard that. And let me say my piece.
You got it.
Okay.
My nigga, hold on. Hold on. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I got a TD Ameritrade account.
Okay.
I got a Charles Schwab account.
That's my
why do I have a Robinhood account? Because at the time, the no fees on the options. It was a no fee thing.
But the thing is, what they do with Robinhood and why they offer no fees, the same thing goes with Tastyworks, is because they actually selling your order flow.
Right.
The no fees basically means that your orders are not going to be transacted as fast as someone's using a Charles Schwab or a TD Ameritrade. Correct. That's why I got rid of my Tastyworks account, because the order execution was trash. Absolute trash.
It's trash. Even when you put in the price for the option, it's like you can't get the price you want. And if you just if you put in what you want, you can get it executed. It's like they're leading you to get a bad price.
Yeah, because they have middleman in between your order and the market. Right. That's why. You're not actually executing directly into the market itself.
Yeah, but I figured that out. But I don't. Again, I'm primarily like stock forex and futures, and I'm just playing around with options. I don't really have a lot of money flowing through it, so I said, let me just do this thing on.
So this is my world. I'm an options trader. Like I love options trading, and I've been doing it for quite some time now. I'm not saying I'm a motherfucking some goddamn king dingling expert out here. You know what I mean? But I do have experience in trading options. And for one thing that what Big Truck was saying is incorrect.
Shit!
Completely incorrect, sir.
Okay, wait.
Because the actual suit. Let me fucking finish talking, man. You done said here and yelled at the Mac for the last 30 minutes, bro.
Go ahead.
Come on, man. All right.
I yield to the expert options trader who bought.
I ain't say I was an expert options trader, bro.
You're
Don't put that on me, man. No, nigga.
How many?
I'm a learner just like everybody else out here, bro.
How many Lamborghinis?
I don't buy stupid shit, bro. And buying a Lamborghini is buying stupid shit.
You got two houses?
Shut your loud ass up, man. Let the man say
like
shit. He didn't interrupt you. Shut up.
Shut up, man. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up, bro.
I have issues.
We know you
must be on the sugar high, nigga. Hey, man. Eat some more fucking honey buns and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man.
Go buy a Lamborghini options trader.
Let him get his time, man. Go ahead. He didn't cut you off. Go ahead.
You're right.
This nigga. But anyway, like I was saying, bro, the class action lawsuit against Robinhood is valid. Because they have basically violated multiple fair trade regulations that are maintained by the SEC. They have a fucking valid lawsuit. The lawsuit itself was bought by the District Court of New York. So what the fuck are you talking about, bro? It didn't come directly. It came from the district. Are you gonna let me talk, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, dog, when I tell you, bro, the shit is they have a valid lawsuit. It's not coming from, you know what I'm saying, individual traders. Yeah, probably people gonna be hopping onto it, dog. But they're not just gonna file this bullshit class action lawsuit and not expect to have anything behind it. They do have fucking standing. We'll find out in court whether or not it's gonna be successful. So to sit here and pontificate as if you know, yo, let me finish talking, bro. Shit. To sit here and pontificate as if you know what's going to happen in the court of law, as if you know the nuance of it. Do you know what happens in court cases, bro?
Do you know what a contract is?
I'm just saying, bro. Real talk. That contract might even come into question. This is a completely separate issue when you actually are talking about SEC.
Hey, bro, I think my view is right in the middle of what both of y'all are saying. That the language is clear. However, there's a political component to this.
And the Democrats run the politics.
Hold on, ain't got nothing to do with no damn Democrats. Come on for that, man.
I mean, it was
listen, bro. Come on, man. Listen, you have people that have thousands and thousands of dollars locked into this.
We just saw right wingers trying to take over Congress. Come on, this is an issue. This is an issue of what happens. This is the issue of what happens when entitled Americans feel that their air quotes rights are they don't have their rights, even though we gave them away when we signed that thing. You're right. However, there's a political part to it where they're going to put pressure on their elected officials in the SEC. Listen, dude. When you said can you laugh at the end and not at the beginning of my sentence?
No, I wasn't laughing at you.
Just let me have some peace to say what I got to say.
Oh, yes, sir.
At the end of it all, there's going to likely be, I think, in my opinion, I don't have no crystal ball either, a political solution where I think you're right. It's going to get soup thrown out. Ain't nobody going, hold on. Ain't nobody going to spend no money or they not going to lose no money, but they are going to change that damn language that's in that agreement that everybody just checks off on blindly. And they're going to modify that. So no money going to change hands. But people are going to gain greater rights.
But Dollar Will, I want you to think back.
The thing is, bro, they've already lost 70% of their
real quick. Let me answer what he said real quick. Dollar Will, think about it. This is not the first time that this has happened. First of all, if you think back to 9/11, they stopped people from shorting the stock market as quickly as they could because they knew everybody was going to pull out.
This is different, bro.
No. Listen.
This is way different than that, bro.
Hold on.
I'm just saying, you're not comparing apples and oranges, bro. Like,
please, hold on. Let me just talk.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Hold on, just a second. Okay, so anyway, no, all I'm saying is the language that I saw in this contract is very similar to the language, if not the same, that I've seen in multiple trading platforms. They always tilt the language in their favor. So where we agree is that I absolutely believe that most of the cases, whatever they want to do, the simple fact is, when you talk about the political solution, I want you to think about the fact that somebody's going to stand up and say, now, and granted, this is not true, but somebody's going to say our account was hacked by people from Reddit. Now, we know that this was not a hack. We know that these people were legally on the trading platform or whatever. But what they're going to do is they're going to paint this as a cyber attack. What they're going to do is they're going to claim that this is some type of denial of service. What they're going to do is they're going to tell Congress that we need regulation, and this is how the government continues to grow, because they're going to say that if they could take down these hedge funds, they could go after just about any company and do the exact same thing. And I guarantee that that's what's coming. Okay, now I relinquish.
So again, like I was saying, bro, they literally took off GameStop and other tickers off of their platform.
They had
there was no indication, bro. Let me fucking finish talking.
Go ahead.
Jesus, bro. There was no indication that there was any type of mass manipulation occurring. Because what happened, okay, was that you had these market makers and hedge funds that over-leveraged themselves by shorting the stock over 140%. Essentially, they shorted more shares than actually existed.
Right.
Okay? And they did this through enormous option purchase, put options to be specifically. But in order to cover themselves, they also go and buy, either they take the share short entirely, and then they protect the upside by buying calls, or they just short the shares and then go and protect themselves by buying calls. You know, so essentially they hedge themselves. So in addition to that, anytime you have a market maker or one of these banks that's selling calls, they then have to hedge themselves, because these market makers and hedge funds, they're not in the business of picking direction. They're only in the business of actually executing orders. They make their money off of that order flow. They make their money off of those commissions and the difference between what you buy something and what they sell it for. So they make their money that way. So they instantly have to hedge your bet on a call. So that means they have to then go in, take your order, go into the market, and buy the opposite.
Bro, Truth, I got a question for you.
Me too.
What happened? Okay, so did someone sent me an email saying that I'm not an options trader. I just kind of go over and look at the put call ratios from time to time to get a kind of heads up on when the market about to change direction. That's one of my tricks. But other than that,
what are you talking about when you talk about put call ratio? Put call ratio is the overall metrics between how many puts are being bought compared to how many calls are being purchased and sold. And people use this indicator to tell whether or not the market is bullish or bearish. So I just want to give some context on that.
Correct. Right. So when the number of bets against the market gets to be about 80% of the bets in favor of it, that's kind of like a danger point. And it can go up higher than that. It can be like 3 times the number of puts relative to the call. So when it gets extreme like that, that's kind of you'll see that a lot of times before the market actually falls. But someone sent me an email today saying that at one point the put and the call was up. So you being an options trader, what the hell makes that happen?
So what happened with this case? It was both something called a gamma squeeze and something called a short squeeze. So it's both of these operated in tandem, and which caused the skyrocketing of the price.
So what's a gamma squeeze?
So gamma is considered to be one of the elements in options that
one of the Greeks.
Bro Truth, you cut out.
Yeah, I'm still here. Where's Bro Truth?
He cut out.
No, he probably had to go and he probably had to restart his Wi-Fi because he's such a professional options trader that his internet sucks.
There
he is. Hey, he's back. What's up?
You back.
Yeah, what happened?
You cut off
my phone. I got like 10% on my phone, man. That bitch starts shutting off when it's getting low.
What kind of phone is?
But nah. So like I was saying, bro. So gamma basically is a Greek. The options Greeks is basically they serve as like parameters or like instrument tools for your options investment. So you got gamma, delta, theta, rho, and vega. Each of these pertain to different elements of the options. Gamma in particular is the speed of delta. Delta is the actual change in the options price based off of a $1 change in the underlying instrument. So whether you're trading ETFs or whether you're trading stocks or whether you're trading futures, right? Delta is going to give you the options cost, right? The value of the options based off of a $1 change in the underlying. So gamma is the rate of delta. So the rate of delta essentially means how fast your delta is going to increase and by how much. So gamma measures that, right?
And that's
with the options.
So that's like how fast, like, so if it's spiking, it's going to move that $1 faster, so that you're going to get the higher reading. Gotcha.
Exactly. So
how fast am I going to make money, basically?
Yeah, and exactly. So because of the way that the options were being purchased, and the way that you had all these funds over leveraged with put options, that increased the gamma speed in which the options price. That's why you see the options market on GameStop just explode. So the actual pricing for the out of the money options mean they're considered to be worthless. So you got in the money options and out of the money options. In the money options essentially means, so if you had a $10 stock and you bought a call, you had a call that was $5, right? So that's in the money. You essentially have $500 worth of intrinsic value. Out of the money would mean that you had like a $20 call options, but the stock is only at $10. No one's going to pay you $20.
Prices we haven't reached yet.
Yeah, exactly. No one's going to pay. So that's out of the money options. So what happened with this, you had a shit ton of people coming in and buying close to expiration out of the money options, which increased the gamma to astronomical levels. And on the back end of that, you had these hedge funds having to go in and actually shore up the opposite end of these bets. So that also increased the price. And then on top of that, you had the short squeeze. The short squeeze, essentially, you had all of these hedge funds and banks and shit that was betting on this company to go to fucking zero and go bankrupt, and they was going to cash out on that prediction, right? So they had all of these shares that they sold short, right? And some of them were short naked, meaning they did not hedge on the bet, meaning they did not protect their position.
They're down.
So yeah, exactly. So what ended up happening is, as these prices fucking went astronomical, they were forced to cover their short bets. So you essentially had companies that were shorting,
and you cover it by doing what?
So you essentially, they have to go back into the market and purchase at that higher price. So even
which makes the price then do what? Go even higher.
Even higher, exactly. So you had a multitude of different things happening that occurred that caused this shit to skyrocket, bro. So it wasn't just a short squeeze, but you also had a lot of shit from the options market that influenced this behavior, and it's actually still ongoing, bro. There's something also called volatility that's extremely important, but I don't want to take up the call.
Yeah, one other question, bro, too. Are you a technical trader?
Yes, primarily.
Okay.
So I use
high five, bro. High five.
Yeah. So I've studied Elliott wave theory before, but I'm not really.
Yeah, it takes a while, and it's got its critics. It's got some valid criticism with it. No argument there. But
for me, bro, I'm always about finding price action on the chart. I find levels. I find areas of high value,
high probability trade setups.
Exactly, bro. So for me,
you started with technicals before you went to options, right?
Well, no, actually, I was a fundamentalist. I was a fundamentalist, a funny millenist, like that's what I call them, because you can't tell the motherfucker different. As you know what I mean, straight up, bro.
Oh, so
there's always been a war between fundamental analysis and technical analysis, but
you defected too. You defected from the camp too.
Yeah, bro, because again, like you said, you don't get the actual nuance of the stock. You don't get the nuance of the instruments that you're trading. You just basically see numbers, right? Oh, well, this company has, this amount of sales, and they're doing X, Y, and Z, and they got, some of that stuff is very valid. I'm not poo-pooing it because, so from a long-term investment standpoint, yeah. However, there are certain times when your money should be put to work in these companies. You know what I mean? Because you got a gang of motherfuckers that like literally will put money into these companies, into companies that they thought was going to do something because the books look good, but they don't do shit. It's pretty much dead money, or they even like fucking lose money because some shit just come out of left field. Or it's more of a long-term investor's game from fundamental analysis standpoint. Now, I'm not saying that it's completely worthless information, because it's not. It's always good to have a company that has a good book value. It's always good.
That's why I tried to clean that up, because I know I come hard on it, and I wanted to put it on the record that there is some value in it. And I'm glad you hopped on, because I tell my tribe that when you get the technicals down, then you get that straight. Then you go to options because of the time wasting element, time decay element of options.
Yes, so exactly. So
if you don't have your technicals right, you can be right that the price is going to make this move, but if the price don't make that move by that Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, then you're not going to make the money because the options is going to expire worthless.
So one thing that I had to learn was the time decay is extremely important, because the closer you get a coupon to its expiration date, the less value it's going to have, correct? So you're not going to, hello?
Yeah, we with you.
Hello. Oh shit! I got a call coming in, guys. I gotta take this.
Oh yeah, we'll let you go. We'll see you later. Hey, Ramil, how you doing?
Hey, yeah, shout out to Dallas Cowboys for the 5. Thanks for
I
doing
haven't
the
seen
stream.
you in a while. What's going on,
Yeah,
Ramil?
man. Hey, we got a motherfucking magician in here, man. What's going on, bro? What's up, Ramil? What's going on?
What's going on, man? I had to jump in on this. Big Truck, man. First thing Big Truck said when he hopped up in here, I work for Wall Street, and we're gonna manipulate the rules so that y'all would never win, and we will win.
Right.
Yeah. So here's the thing, brother. The lawsuit? Yeah, you're right. The lawsuit is probably gonna be thrown out. What those people should have did was they should have filed a discrimination lawsuit because they're treating one users differently and then the other users when they're using the same agreement. When the hedge funds are facing a trade suspension, they don't have to be locked in, but they're still using Robinhood, right?
So the bottom line is Robinhood has the ability at any given point to restrict your trade.
Exactly. But for all, hold on. But is that for a certain group of customers? Is that for everyone?
No, it had nothing to do with the group. It was specifically linked to the actual share or asset or stock.
No, but listen, you missing.
That's even worse.
Yeah, Big Truck. You're missing his point. So this is what he's saying. Big Truck. So if everybody was able to sell and not buy, then that's a thing, right? Even in that itself is manipulation.
But it doesn't say that in the
Y'all are missing the point. Y'all need to take a look at how quickly I gave up.
What I have
I threw my hand in. I gave up. When that brother read that language, I quit.
Thank you.
Because y'all are trying to
Okay, so just because it's in the terms of service, just because it's in the terms of service does not mean that it's going to be legally correct.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Anybody can write the terms of service. A judge has to go through the terms of service and see if it's unconscionable or not. You know what the word unconscionable is, Big Truck?
All of those terms of services say the exact same
that's right.
You can read.
But hold on. All right, so Big Truck, just real quick. So show us. Do you have previous precedents of anything like this ever happening before now that you could reference to where the terms of service held up?
If you do another show, I could find you some examples.
I can tell you when they don't hold up.
Right now, I'm telling you right now. First of all, banks have done it, such as IndyMac Bank, where they disallowed people right away from being able to pull their money out in 2008. They had people lined up around the block trying to pull their money out. Thing about it is, when you sign into a bank, you sign an agreement that says, listen, the money is there, but we can actually determine when you can and cannot take that shit out.
Okay, let me school you. Do you know how many terms of service lawsuits have been literally?
Yeah, well, guess what? They waited the wrong time to try to pull.
No, I'm just saying, brother. Like, do you know? Like, there's a shitload of terms of service lawsuits that are literally filed and won all the time. What I'm saying is that Robinhood treated one group of investors different than another group.
But that no. Hey, hold on,
real quick, and wait, motherfucker, wait. I'm gonna let you say this. On top of it, for the benefit of only one side, purposely.
Guys,
for the benefit of one side.
Listen. I read the contract to you. When you sign into that app and you're using Robinhood or you're using TD Ameritrade or you're using
one thing that you're not thinking about.
I agree with you, brother. But you have to wait till a judge. You have to wait till a judge sees it.
Free trade regulations that were violated. Okay.
Hold on, man. Wait, let him finish. Hold on.
Where the hell did he come from?
The Big Trucker said something that y'all didn't hear. He said when he defined the order flow, how Robinhood is sending that trade to another company, basically to execute. Now, if somebody downstream from Robinhood says we're not taking no purchase orders for GameStop, Robinhood got to shut you down because they have nowhere to send your order.
No, that's not what happened, bro. What happened was Robinhood literally removed GameStop. They removed
AMC.
They removed AMC and KOSS and a few other tickers. Okay, when I tell you, man, I had problems with TD Ameritrade exiting my position, bro. I had a position in GameStop. I had problems yesterday trying to get out of that shit, bro. I mean, I didn't profit like, a lot of motherfuckers on Wall Street bets, but I made my little few change, do a few pennies here and there.
If
but the thing is, the shit they did is against free trade regulations, my nigga. That's what it's going to come down to.
Guess what?
Damn this fucking terms of service bullshit you talking about, my nigga. What they did was against the regulations that the SEC laid down, my nigga.
And I'm saying they're going to push that up and come up with a political solution.
I'll tell you like this, bro, Truth. Neither one of us are judges and neither one of us are lawyers. So it sounds like you have a disagreement with me. How much money do you want to bet?
Now that's the American way.
I'll cut this shit real simple. Because
the thing is that when it comes to the terms of service, we gotta wait to see to a judge see that shit. That just is what it is.
And hold on, and I'm telling you, this is what's gonna happen. Listen, no, it's gonna go to court, but and it's not going. I don't think they're gonna throw it out, but they're gonna settle out, bro. To save the best thing for Robin Hood to do in the best interest of them surviving this,
with people able to fucking execute trades. People have lost money because of that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People lost thousands, if not millions of dollars behind that bullshit, bro.
Yeah, so this is what I'm telling you. So I'm telling you, the best thing for Robin Hood to do is to just pay a class action suit settlement. For them, it's going to be pennies on the dollar anyway versus the billions of dollars of them staying in existence or them trying to look out for the hedge fund motherfuckers. That's what's going to happen, bro.
Wouldn't it have been better if Robin Hood had let you place your order to buy and then the order just go unexecuted because Robin Hood got nobody upstream of them to fulfill that order? That's what would have happened.
Dollar Will, that's what I'm saying. At least they would have had that to fall back on. You see what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Now that you have proof and they came out to purposely say, hey, we're going to block you from freely trading in an open market. You can only do this. I understand what Big Truck is saying about the terms of service, but like Ramil says, bro, those cases get lost every day because it's all about how the judge determines it, how he interprets it, and then also what bro Truth was saying. How does it correlate with the SEC rules? Everybody's looking at this, bro, and saying that and too, like I said, this was filed by the state, bro. The state of New York, the home of the fucking stock exchange, the home of fucking Wall Street filed this fucking shit, bro. This wasn't just motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. So I promise you, the state wouldn't be fucking filing this shit, bro.
Yeah, they would. Elected officials have to do things like that to appease the public. Even if they don't think it's going to win, they have to posture themselves as though they did.
They don't. Prosecutors turn down cases all the time. Don't give a fuck what the public think. If they can't win it, they ain't gonna do it because it goes on their record. It goes on their record. If they lose the case, it goes on their record. They're not gonna do it if they don't think they can win.
All I'm gonna ask one more time, bro, Truth, since we have this disagreement.
No, nigga, I'm not betting your fat ass, man. Fuck you, nigga. No, I'm not betting. No, I'm not betting you, nigga. No.
You see, that's how I know you're a smart guy.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
I know you're a smart guy because you can't make me bet, bro. How much money do you want to put in my Hellcat?
I'm not betting, nigga. I don't bet.
You're such a big man. Pull out your wallet. Put your wallet on the table.
How about that, man?
I'm going to take your money and I'm going to put it in my Hellcat. How much do you want to bet?
He said we bet. He said we betting push-ups. You want to bet push-ups?
I'm not betting no fucking push-ups because I haven't done push-ups in years.
Miles, man. Hey, let's bet a miles run, my nigga.
No. How can we bet cash money? Show me the money.
Let me ask Big Truck another question real quick. Let me ask one more question for Big Truck. Big Truck, I seen your post earlier. That's another reason why I came up today.
Which one?
People on social media have way too much ability to manipulate the market, as if the hedge fund people don't manipulate. I don't have no problem with anybody doing what they do. My thing is that because I came on this panel a lot of times and say, hey, let the big companies do what they want to do if it's within the law and if nobody's being forced upon anything. But that also goes on the other side. If the big companies like Google, whatever, they could do what they want to do legally, why the fuck can't the regular people, if they find a loophole, what's the problem with that?
But here's the problem. When it comes to stock trading, who sets the rules?
The SEC.
The SEC. Guess what? Despite the fact that Mr. Fantastic said that I'm wrong, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to stick to it. What happened with GameStop, what was it called? Bed Bath & Beyond, BlackBerry, Nokia. What happened with these Redditors, that was a pump and dump.
No, it was not. No, it was not a pump. You know what a pump and dump is, Big Truck?
What are you talking about?
It's not pump and dump.
They went after these fucking companies because of the share
But guess
flow,
what?
bro.
Oh shit!
Because of the share flow. That's
Bertram, look
why,
at the
bro.
words you just used. Excuse me. Look at the words you just
being
used.
targeted
You
by
just said. Listen.
Hey, one at a time.
Look at the words you just used.
Bro.
You said they, as in conspiracy, that's two or more people, got together and went after the company. The SEC does not allow that. It's illegal. Do you know? Do you want me to pull up? Do you want me to pull up the laws from the SEC?
Do you know how internet forums work? Do
you know? Hold on. Okay, you asked me a question. Hold on, you asked me a question.
It's not illegal, but you're twisting the facts, though.
No, I'm not. I just read the goddamn contract.
You're not making any sense right now, bro.
If you're saying I'm twisting the words,
you're saying it's illegal.
Oh my God!
As if these people had like some kind of insider information that GameStop was coming out with some new fucking console, and they were going to, be giving it the shit away for dirt. It would be illegal if somebody had insider information and they spread it. What they're doing is not illegal, because real talk, how is it? How do they know? How do they know that their investment, them putting money into that play, is going to turn out? They have no assurance that's going to happen.
Listen, you just said it yourself. Excuse me, you just said it yourself. You said that they got together and they purposefully drove up the price of the stock.
No. Wait, hold on.
You cannot talk your way into facts, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, you know what? You're 100% right. I'm stupid. How much money do you want to bet? How much money do you want?
Hey, Big Truck. I will bet you $100 it's not a pump and dump.
Okay, now everybody hears this shit right now, and I don't want to.
No. I'll bet you that they would not. That nobody's going to jail for pumping and dump.
The only reason that
I want to bet the lawsuit getting thrown out. That's what I want to bet on.
The only reason
you don't want to bet if it's a pump and dump, though.
No, because the thing about it is they might say that it's a cyber attack. I don't know.
The only reason that these companies were targeted by the likes of fucking Charles Schwab's, CNBC, all these big ass hedge that you never
does that.
Let me fucking finish talking, man. Shit.
Why don't you bet me money and shit until you pull out that wallet?
Nigga, man. God damn, man.
Hey, yeah, all right, nigga.
I bet you some pull-ups, bro. How about that? How about we bet you lifting your titties up and washing a fucking dirt underneath your shit, nigga? How about that, nigga? You probably ain't clean your titty meat since fucking March, nigga.
I gotta mute y'all niggas up. Hey, shout out to my man. Goddamn. Shout out to Matty Ghost again, man, for the $20 ball, man. I got PMPG SOS for tomorrow. Shout out to the brother, man. Again, none of this is financial advice, by the way. This is all for just, educational, entertainment purposes. As you can see, this is definitely being entertained. My man, Citizen Lou, has been patiently waiting. Brother, it's on you. Go right ahead.
Appreciate it. Fantastic. Salute to everybody on the panel. Hey, Ramil, shout out to you, bro, for, owning up to it about, companies being able to discriminate against people. That's what's up. That's actually why I came on to talk about how this is exactly what big tech did, how they can sway and who can use what type of, they're what I'm saying. But anyway, Big Truck, what we telling you, man, what we saying is, bro, it's not a pump and dump. If you look at what a company is buying into, where it's public domain and public knowledge, it's not a pump and dump. A pump and dump is when I'm calling people like, hey, y'all, this new stock going in, blah, 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 blah. That's, with cold calling, all this. That's what the traditional sense of a pump and dump is. If I can look at a company's, investment and look at their, K1s and see what they're, investing into, I don't have, it's public domain. It's not a pump and dump. If me and everybody on this panel decided to buy into it because they're shorting it, that's not a pump and dump. That's what we try to do.
No, but see, here's the problem. The pump is when you get everybody to buy in. The issue as far as the dump is you have no idea who is behind it when they plan to sell out. The whole point of a pump and dump is to make the price rise as high as possible.
You are conflating two different principles.
Mute everybody. Y'all niggas shut the hell up. All right, we gonna cut the nigga shit for a minute. We gonna get back into the real shit. And we'll get back into the nigga shit in a minute. Everybody unmute. All right. So now everybody up here is a trader. All right. I got we got 4 out of the 6 people here are traders. Okay. So I'm gonna go one by one. We're gonna start with the guests. So, Dollar Will, being that regardless of what this is, right? And you've seen the correction. You've looked at this, right, Dollar Will, within the last like 24 hours?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I'm the newbie here. I'm the rookie. So in my mind, what says to me is, okay, you had this overbuying, right? Or overcorrection to where the thing skyrockets. Of course, because it's unnatural, it's going to shoot back down. And being that you had these people lose $70 billion, they wanted to fall as much as possible so they can cover some of those some of the hedges, right? So they can at least catch it back down on the low end. But at the same time, does that not mean, if I'm understanding right, that they need this to go back up, not necessarily to the highest peak that it was, but they need to either stay, as you said, even or at the state it is now, or at least shoot back up a little bit for another short peak so they can recover a lot of the money lost, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the hedge funds, when they did whatever they did to make the trading stop, I think that they thought that at some point later the price would tank, but it didn't. So they need to be able to sell. You sell high and buy low. That's what happens when you're shorting. So they're expecting this thing to tank and then close out that short position with a gain. But the Reddit crew won't let it fall. So
I got cut off.
It's like to be continued. Now for Bro Truth, who's an options trader, options expiration is what, tomorrow, right? And so how might that? So when Bro Truth get his turn, I want him to speak to enter in addition to whatever he got to say about how might options expiration affect what happens tomorrow, since tomorrow is expiration day.
Hey, but hold on real quick. Me and Big Truck was like, I was trying to get some information and everybody kind of jumped in. What I was saying, Big Truck, about the pump and dump, right? So are you saying that because it was a concerted effort amongst people, that's why it's a pump and dump? Is that what you're saying?
You can hear me, right? I shared a new window. Mr. Fantastic, if you'll please roll that new window right there. Please zoom into that so that this way the ladies and gentlemen of the jury can see this for me.
You got to zoom it. You got to zoom it in a little bit, man.
I have to zoom it in?
Yeah, you got to zoom it in. It's real small.
Okay. All right. Hopefully you could read this.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's perfect. Go ahead.
So basically, a pump and dump scam is the illegal act of an investor or a group of investors, i.e. the Redditors, promoting a stock that they are holding and selling once the stock has risen following the surge in interest as a result of the endorsement. Here we take a call, and then so forth. They give examples. So here's the issue.
Bruh.
Everybody was told, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run this stock up to $1,000 a share. And I specifically saw that because I paid attention to what they were saying. The question is whether or not there's somebody waiting on the back end to sell out of it after it passes a certain point. Another perfect example would be like a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. If I ran Bitcoin up to a certain amount because I bought it on the low and I want to sell out at the high, then what I would do is I would run Bitcoin up to 50,000 or whatever I could do by trying to convince everybody to buy into it, and then I would sell out of it. But the thing about it that makes the pump and dump a little bit different is now that you have a group of investors who are specifically in their minds trying to run it up. What was the game end plan for these people to run those stocks up? Are you telling me that what they were doing was forming an attack on the hedge fund managers, which is also illegal? Or were you telling me that some people had decided that what we're going to do is we're going to get as many investors in as possible, and then we're going to sell out, we're going to suck up all the profit? So either way you look at it, it's market manipulation. Now, market manipulation in many cases. Okay, listen. All right, listen. Everybody is quick to tell me I'm wrong. Everybody's quick to say, no, it's not. I want you to remember something. I'm from New York. We set the rules, and we set the rules around the rest of the world. We've experienced more than 3 financial crises, and we will start another one. So don't tell me I'm wrong.
You're
totally
wrong.
Do you work in sales or compliance?
So
or
who's next? Who's next, Mr. Fantastic? I don't want to.
Hold on. Dollar Will's asking Big Trouble a question. Go ahead, Dollar Will.
Are you a trader on Wall Street, or do you work in sales or compliance or some other division?
He live in New York.
I know he lives in New York.
That's all he do. Automatically a stock master.
I
He's
didn't hear him.
automatically a master of the fucking markets because he lives in New York and he can talk loud.
Let me tell you something. I am such a good options trader that I purchased all the Lamborghinis in North Carolina.
Okay, so your Wall Street job. I didn't hear it.
Why would you want
to question?
Wait. Hey, he's trying. Hey, so Big Truck, he's asking you a direct question though. He's saying, what is your role on the stock market? You said you work in the stock market. What do you work?
I don't need to know the name of the company. I mean, are you?
I wasn't gonna share the name of the company.
No,
he's not saying the name, but he's saying what is your position?
What's your function there?
Trading and sales. Basically, it's investment.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically people come to me and I put their money in the appropriate places to make it as simple as possible.
Gotcha.
And I've done pretty well. In fact, I was showing the last time I was on here, I took $5,000 and I'm damn near $15,000 or a $5,000 trade. And I started that account just to show it off to YouTube to show them how to do it. Because on my YouTube, I try to teach people how to invest. In fact, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you right now. I don't even have to say a word. Yeah, you know what 50 Cent said? He said, I let my watch talk for me, my whip talk for me, my gat talk for me. Bow, what up, homie? So let me show you this shit right over here.
Motherfucking big truck.
All right, so in the case, so in the meantime, man, while you pulling it up, what's your opinion on it? What's your opinion on it, Big Truck? What must the GameStop thing do for the sake of the hedge fund guy?
This nigga been talking for the last 30 minutes though, man. God,
not everybody. I'm asking all of y'all. Go ahead, bro.
Well, listen. All I'm saying is that I already expect that the government is going to get involved. They're going to try to put more regulations. Now, somebody in the chat was saying, "Oh yeah, well, guess what? Robinhood is doomed." Oh, yeah, I absolutely believe Robinhood's going to have a lot of problems, but I want you to think about something. The big Wall Street people don't want these young kids trading on Robinhood like that because they can't anticipate them and they make ridiculous purchases. Who the fuck is buying shares in GameStop when they were damn near bankrupt not even a year ago? This shit was trading below $5. It's like,
and that's the thing.
BlackBerry makes fucking phones that suck. And all of a sudden they go up 500%.
But Big Truck, you can't dictate what people do with their money, bro.
Exactly. Hey, so this is all right. Go ahead and finish up, man. Go ahead and finish up.
Wait.
I don't want interruptions. Finish up.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying. Hold on.
Wait. Answer the question.
What question?
I'm asking specifically about being that we saw the overbuying, right, and the spike, it dropped, it tanked, right? Because I saw you covering it earlier today. For the sake of the hedge fund people to make their money back, fuck the people that are holding, don't they need for it to have at least one more spike in order for them to get back as much money as possible versus just trying to let it crash all the way down?
No, the lower it goes.
They need to drop because if it don't drop, they're gonna lose hella bread because they
Well, let me just say this because I've heard people miscategorize this. First of all, it's not so much that it dropped. What happened was they stopped allowing you to buy and they made it possible only to sell, which obviously sends a panic where people are like, gee, will I be able to get whatever my investment was out of this? So the only thing you could do was sell. So they forced it back down in that they did not allow you to buy anymore because the Redditors would have kept pushing it up.
Bro,
when they go down, they make more money.
Let's get this understood, bro. Okay, let's get this understood. What Big Truck has done is basically put up a entirely false premise of this entire scenario, bro.
And yet you won't bet me a dime.
Bro, Big Truck, let him go,
Truck,
man.
Come on, man.
Well, why won't you bet me a dime?
Is it still his turn? Because I'm just saying, I want some time to explain this, bro.
No, you're right.
I keep getting fucking interrupted.
No, you're right. Hold on. It's gonna be. Let me read this though. Shout out to Matty Ghost, AG, another beautiful pick for the 5. Thank you, brother. Matty Ghost, don't give me no more money, nigga. Just put it in there. I'll put it up. You definitely done paid your way for the day, sir. Greatly appreciate you, man. $2. Most purchases stock over the counter, not real time. Yeah, that's a great point. Now, bro, truth is all on you. Shout out to Zero. Yep. Zero put it in the link in the chat for explanation for you guys that want to see. But go ahead. It's all on you. Bro, True. Go ahead.
Okay. So what occurred in this instance? A pump and dump is when you would have typically an insider, someone that basically has got in on like the ground floor, right, of some new company, or it's all about fucking scamming the investors that come in later on. It's essentially like a Ponzi scheme almost. You know what I mean? These multi-tier marketing shit, where the people that get in first are the ones that's going to cash out and leave you holding with the bag. That's what's not occurred in this instance, okay? What occurred in this instance is that these companies were heavily shorted by Wall Street firms, okay? These hedge funds went in with this vulture capitalism and essentially pushed these stocks down to shit. They do this all the fucking time. Where they essentially, they target a particular company or a particular sector. They go on these news channels, CNBC, fucking Fox Business, and they go and parade. Oh, we need this company is going to shit. It's going to zero. They advertise, right? And then once they're able to make money on the downside, they then take the opposite trade. Once the company has been shitted, and once investors like me and you have been shitted out of our money, they then go take the opposite trade and then buy up these instruments, the underlying, whether you're talking about a particular market, whether you're talking about gold, whether you're talking about crypto, this is their formula, okay? It's market manipulation on a grand scale. What occurred in this instance is that we, the people, okay, I was one of those Redditors. I am a member of Wall Street Bets, okay? This is a aggregate of people that have gotten together, and it's a discussion board like any other. It was no fucking pumping and dumping here. The only reason these companies were pinpointed is because Wall Street had put exorbitant pressure on these companies to a point where they can't even operate anymore. You literally have these Wall Street sharks, these banks coming in and basically shorting these companies into bankruptcy. Okay, and then on the back end of that, you have corporations like Bain Capital that will come in once these companies go bankrupt. They also have a bankrupt industry that come in and basically take over these bankrupt companies, parse them out, sell off their assets, and basically pull out any profit they possibly can get. So it's a whole industry behind this shit, bro. And what happened with Wall Street Bets is that we, the people, and the individual trader, okay, we took that power back. The power flipped. That's what occurred in this instance, okay? And the reason why these companies were pinpointed is because the high short interest. It was a bet. It was basically us putting our money at risk. It was not a pump and dump. The risk is still there. The risk is still very much still there because there's no telling what will happen when you put your money into the market. So it was no pump and dump. A pump and dump, it basically is like it's a malicious intent from
this was malicious intent. What are you talking about?
Wait. Yeah, hold on, wait, real quick. Shout out to Zero. Don't do no more money, nigga. Shout out to $5, man. Nothing illegal is done during the GameStop short.
At all. Nothing illegal. There was no fucking pumping and dumping. I don't know what the hell, why he's even putting that into this.
I'm about to help Bro Truth out even more. The pump and dump has two elements. All right, one has to be based on one of the elements is based on false information.
So you gotta listen to this nigga.
I'm just saying. So part of the pump and dump scheme, one of the elements, because every quote unquote crime all elements have to be proven, is that they were giving out false information. Did the Wall Street Bet Group give out false information of any sort? That has to be part of the. Exactly. So you know what, Big Truck, you want to put some money on it that the lawsuit don't get thrown out immediately?
Yes.
Let's put 100 on it.
Okay.
That it doesn't get thrown. Now, what's the term? Does it mean that it get dismissed or thrown out? Or let's clarify this right now.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the issue. What is it going to be?
I'm saying that they're not going to throw it out. It's not going to be dead on arrival. I'll put the money up. It's not going to be dead on arrival. I will bet you that.
Excuse me. You're not the person I want to take money from. I want it from Bro Truth.
Bro, but what? The money's money, bro. And
No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I don't want to take it from you. I want to take it from Bro Truth, and I want to put that shit right into my fucking Hellcat. Because he had to open his fucking mouth.
I don't fucking gamble, nigga. So
I should have bet you during the presidential election, so I could.
Well, you couldn't because I don't fucking gamble, nigga. I do not gamble, nigga. That's something I don't do.
You don't gamble, but you trade fucking options.
That's not gambling, bro. It's not gambling. I take calculated risk.
Fantastic. I'm about to share my screen real quick.
Separate. Fucking throw my money into a slot machine, nigga.
I don't want it from you, Ramil. I want it from Bro Truth.
Yeah, but
if you're trading one of those sites like Robinhood, you were already too late anyway. You were a useful idiot that drove the price up after the squeeze. Shout out to Zero again. Shout out to my man.
Let me. I'm sharing my screen real quick. I just want to just show Big Truck some.
All right, bet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Was Wall Street?
I be posting fire.
Hold on. Was Wall Street the problem or your trading platform? Just my 2 cents. And we got my man Dwayne 2827 for the 7. Thank you, brother. Hey, I greatly appreciate everybody coming through, man. Contributing. Hey, man, we can do this. We got 135 people in the building, man. Hey, everybody's participating. We got this knowledge and we got this motherfucking entertainment. It's all. Hey, what gets better than this, baby? What gets better than this? Go ahead, Ramil. It's on you, bro.
Real quick, man. Pump and dump scheme consists of 2 parts. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission, pump and dump schemes consist of 2 parts. First, stock promoters attempt to boost a stock price by sharing, here it is, misleading or false statements about the positive performance of an underlying company. These promoters use several methods to spread this false information. It is spreading the false information. Matter of fact, can't you see the institution? Because they went based off the institutional investment.
Do you have
proof? I'm asking you.
What false information? I know exactly why they took the trades, nigga.
What false information?
It was 140% short.
Exactly. That's public knowledge. That's not false information. That's not false information, brother.
Wait.
I will bet you on the lawsuit.
I will bet you on the lawsuit. Do you know what a short squeeze is? Do you know what a short squeeze is?
What you're telling me is that if somebody says that the stock is going to go to $1,000, but it doesn't actually get there, that's not misleading.
Dude, that is a fucking erroneous prediction. Somebody get on the fucking stupid.
One thing I gotta tell you, Bro Truth. One thing I gotta tell you. Until you pull your fucking wallet out, don't ever try to overtalk me,
bro.
Yeah, that definition left out an important
real
thing.
Talk. Fuck everything you just said, dog. Wholeheartedly, nigga. Straight up, bro.
Whenever you hear anybody talk about pump and dump, you cannot effectively have a pump and dump unless the float is the float is real short. With heavily traded stocks, you don't even hear pump and dump because it's too much money flowing through. But pump and dump is a common thing in penny stocks, in over the counter, in the bulletin board stocks. That's where you see pump and dump. People in these forums. It's such a small number of people trading it that you can go and exaggerate a fact and which is be misleading.
Fantastic. Share that screen, please.
Hold on.
Because I'm going to show you, like Ramil had one definition, and I'm going to show you the key takeaways. Because the thing about it is, there's a million ways to steal something from somebody. Pump and dump is a scheme that attempts to boost the price of a stock through recommendations based on false, misleading, or greatly exaggerated statements. The favorite medium. Hold on, no. Until you open your goddamn wallet, don't fucking ever overtalk me. So
hey, man, eat a dick. How about that, nigga? You and your fucking loud ass big mouth. Eat a dick. I don't gamble, nigga. Straight up, bro.
No.
What you're saying does not match up what happened, bro. You keep fucking saying this shit as if it's going to become fact magically. It's not. You can keep repeating it. Pump it up. It's not a pump and dump, bro. Okay? We all know this. We fucking see. We see exactly what happened. You had these hedge funds that put all this money to work against these companies, and they did not expect for the retail investor to do such a thing, and they got caught off guard. That's what happened, bro.
That's not what happened.
The retail investor took
exactly what happened.
Back. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. The fucking shares, nigga, these fucking institutions,
these institutes fucking bet against these companies.
Excuse me, I'm trying to read, and you're filibustering, and I don't give a fuck because I don't see no money.
They sold the fucking shares short.
I don't see no money.
140%, nigga.
Excuse me, I'm not finished reading.
They didn't even have enough shares to short, nigga. They fucking made shares up.
Excuse me.
So what is you talking about, nigga? You're not making any sense.
Excuse me.
You really are not making any sense, bro.
Until you pull that wallet out, then I can't take you seriously.
Big truck. All right, nigga. We got you. Hold on. We gotta move around. I got 2 new people on the panel, man. I gotta get them in. Shout out to my man Zero in the building. What's up, Zero?
What's up? It's just funny. So first of all, there's 2 things we gotta remember. Pump and dump and short sales are 2 completely different things. And the reason why they're completely different things is because pump and dump is illegal as defined by the SEC. The SEC defines what is illegal in a pump and dump scheme. And it starts from the fact that when a company releases false information about its finances, it starts there. As soon as it starts with the company releasing false information about their finances publicly, that is when a pump and dump is actually defined as being illegal. A short is not that. A short is not illegal information being produced before any of trading activity begins. A short is just simply you borrow stock, and it costs you money. It costs you interest to borrow stock because you are borrowing a stock, and you're borrowing that stock at interest, but you're borrowing that stock at interest because you know that company is going to fail because the information about that company is public knowledge. So because you already know the financial health of that company and no false information has been put out about the financial health of that company, you buy the stock in the hopes that it's going to go lower because the company is already in poor financial health. However, when you do this and it goes the other direction, not only do you owe money on the stock that you borrow, but you also owe the interest. However, and also when it goes the other direction, like in the positive direction, other people are going to jump on it, which drives the price even higher. So everybody who purchased shorts owe money.
They get squeezed.
And and they get squeezed.
Zero, I don't disagree with you. Mr. Fantastic, would you please share the window? Let's answer the question. Was GameStop a pump and dump? Let's read. We can all read English, right? Hold on. Let's go down. Typically, a pump and dump scam occurs when fraudsters...
No evidence.
Hold on.
I see right there. No.
Let me read it. Typically, a pump and dump scam occurs when fraudsters boost the company's stock price by sharing positive but fake information. Scammers buy up shares cheap before spreading the rumors that drive the stock price, blah, blah, blah. So, no evidence showing GameStop is a scam.
Thank you.
So what the fuck are you talking about, nigga?
Thank you. Your own source. Your own source. I appreciate it, fantastic. Hold on. I'm about to head out. Let me say this real quick. I'm about to head out. Hold on. Let me say this. Hey, thanks, fantastic, for having me on. Big Truck. Thanks for proving the point with your own information. Hey, shout out to y'all. I'm glad y'all. I'm glad we're talking about this money shit, man. Shout out to all y'all in the building, man. I'm gonna get y'all next time, man. Y'all be safe, man.
All right, man. Salute, bro.
Once again, you're loud and wrong.
Real quick, the first thing I said was the information produced
was
about
written,
the company's
that
finances.
article right there was written today. And if you keep looking at
that has nothing to do with that.
All right, you know what? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's just wait.
Public information about that company's finances has to be falsified before.
I'm
it has
muted.
to be falsified information. That's the first thing that has to happen.
Zero.
What are you looking about? There was no nefarious action taken on the part of a Redditor on a fucking forum. There was no nefarious. They did not have any inside information. They did not spread any false rumors of a company merger or anything like that. All they did was take a fucking educated risk bet into the stock market. That's it.
Right. Because what happened was they got a billionaire investment infusion. There are 3 dudes who are now sitting on the board of GameStop that want to go from retail to digital. So the people in GameStop stock was like almost $1. It's almost $1. So, but when those dudes decided to pump money into GameStop to restructure them and close all of their retail chains over the next couple of years, the people in the Reddit or whatever who have nothing to do with the company, by the way, they have nothing to do with the company. They can report whatever they want. The company has to report the false information in order for it to be a pump and dump. The company has to do it. GameStop would have had to falsify their own information. Hold on one second. So the people that invested in it saw that the stock was $1, and the investors were going to pump money into it to turn it into a digital distribution platform. So then they were like, holy shit, we got to get on this gravy train right now. However, they also understood that everybody else wasn't paying attention to this shit. So they bought the stock. Well, they shorted the stock at like, I don't know how much it was before they shorted it. But then when it started going the other way, everybody was late already. Like everybody who bought in after this started happening was already too late. When those dudes bought that stock, it was when those investors got involved a while ago. And the stock was still, in double digits at the time, or double-digit trading. When it got down to single-digit trading, it was already too late.
Short squeezes happen all the time. They just don't happen to this extent where it rises this much. So, you don't, because you shorten don't mean you're going to win. So it happens all the time. I mean, what's odd about this is how they either didn't hedge it, didn't put in a stop loss if they would, shorten the traditional way. That's what has to be spoken for. And in their bad money management, the hedge fund is going to get protected. So I think there's going to be a political solution to this, but these hedge funds, they're going to get dragged through the mud a little bit.
They're going to do an investigation, and I guarantee you exactly what I said is going to happen. Watch. Now, listen, sometimes it happens that you get there so early that everybody assumes you're wrong, but don't worry, you'll see.
Let me ask you this. I know Judge got to get on.
It was a pump and dump.
Hey, Rick, I know Judge got to get on.
From a man that pulled up an article that literally disproved his entire premise.
It didn't
He spent an hour and a half talking about pump and dump, and you were wrong as fuck. Can we acknowledge that at least? Can we acknowledge you were wrong? Let's do that for the panel. This nigga was wrong as shit, and he stood on his soapbox for the last hour and a half talking about pump and dump, and he was wrong as fuck.
There's been no investigation. There's been no investigation.
I'm talking about investigation. I'm talking about your premise that this was a pump and dump. Let's not mix that. Let's not mix. I'm talking about the premise that you said that this was a pump and dump.
Real quick, an investigation means illegal
I'm talking about 1 point, nigga. That's it.
Yeah, nothing illegal.
You're wrong.
Astronomically wrong.
I'm trying to get on what Zero was saying, and y'all keep going back. I'm trying to get what Zero was saying. I had a question. Right, and it's to everybody. So Zero, essentially what you're saying is the shorters got shorted, right?
No. The people who tried to get in on the short after the fact, the people who got in on it while it was still trading in double digits, they won already. By the time the people on Robinhood got involved, it was already too late. They were just useful idiots driving the price up, because the thing is, when you borrow stock, when you borrow shorted stock and it goes the other way, it keeps driving the price up because you're buying the stock.
Can I get in on this? So this is not with the stocks though. This is the options market. The options market is what drove this higher and higher, bro.
Right.
Again, it was not just the short squeeze. It also came from the gamma in the options change, my nigga. That's what caused that.
Right, but the point of the matter is, when you keep buying the stock, it drives the price of the company. It drives the price up.
Right, so the shorters got shorted. That's what I'm saying, right?
No, the original shorters did not. The people.
No, but you're missing the point. A lot of people really don't give a fuck about a profit. A lot of people really did it just to troll. Like that's something we kind of got to start bringing up too. A lot of people, like you were calling them useful idiots. A lot of people don't really give a damn.
Well, no.
People care. People who lost money care they lost money.
Yeah. Wait.
No. If you go on that Wall Street bets right now, people are talking about they don't give a shit. They got like $5.
Yeah, but wait. No. But hold on, Citizen Lou. The people on Wall Street bets is what Zero was talking about. Those they won regardless. They were. So even if they're already up. The shit went up what 1,200% or some crazy ass shit. So even if it dropped. So even
what y'all don't understand about Wall Street bets, like again, I'm an active member on there. Okay, Wall Street bets, the way it was established, it was basically for fucking, pretty much considered to be traders that are quirky as shit, right? They always putting up memes and major losses, major gains. You know what I mean?
4chan for traders.
Thank you, Judge.
So
Exactly. They were trolling.
but the
A lot of people trolling.
entire premise of the entire premise of the actual forum is basically traders getting together. You have people on there that some people are trolls, some people are people just coming on there to post their losses, major gains. That's what it's all about, really. Is people putting on this astronomical bets on one stock, on one industry, and then showing off how much they lost and how much they got. That's what Wall Street bets started off as, bro. And then it eventually started getting more and more attention from people that actually knew how to invest, people that actually put technical analysis behind it. And then that's when you had people coming in and say, okay, look, this is why I think this company is going to do X, Y, Z. We're going to basically go after companies that have extraordinary shares that have been shorted. Like, so typically is if you look at these companies that they've put on the forum, they are typical share have floats that have been shorted anywhere from 30% and up.
Cool.
In the case
it says if they are all egging each other on using a social media platform, they are effectively engaged in a crowdsourcing pump and dump scheme. Said Daniel, partner at K-Shoulder LLC.
Check it out, bro. You as an individual investor has the capability of knowing whether or not you want to invest. So it would be as if I read a fucking story on CNBC. Oh, CNBC, they pumped the fucking stock because I read that story and it made me want to put my money in.
And another thing,
you have your own brain, and you go ahead, bro.
Bro, let me say this too. Listen, one big thing you're leaving out of this, Big Chuck, is that, bro, these newspapers are working in favor of the stock market and these hedge funds, bro. They're the front.
Wall Street Journal, dog.
Wait. I'll let y'all niggas rock. God damn it, I'm talking. So listen what I'm trying to tell you, bro. They're going to put the propaganda out there to try and villainize these Wall Street bets dudes, bro.
I'm on their side. Fuck them.
Well, of course. Well, who you on whose side? Wall Street side, right?
Wall Street side. Fuck these Redditor assholes. All these Redditor assholes, just like Bro Truth's friends up there on fucking Reddit. Guess what? We're gonna take your motherfucking soul from you, and we're gonna put it in the contract.
I don't think they are, bro. Listen, bro. I mean, listen, Big Truck. I'm telling you, Big Truck. Like, bro, there's no crime that's been committed here. Is there a reason? Damn it! Wait. This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. All of this stuff that you're saying is the opinionated, and is this in order to try and vilify. This is propaganda, bro. That's all it is. Zero came out here and laid it flat. Bro, Truth said it before he even got up here. Ramil said it before he left, bro. It's public. Wait, motherfucker, wait. This is public knowledge that people pretty much as American citizens and traders in a free market had knowledge of, and they said, hey, look, these people are shorting this thing to say that it's going to do this. If we do the opposite, we're going to make money. Where's the crime in that? Where's the crime in that, Big Truck?
The crime is in the manipulation of the market in order to run a pump and dump scheme.
Okay,
now, you may not call it a crime, but as long, excuse me,
I actually am holding a different position.
Okay, hold on 1 second. He asked, where's the crime in that? They manipulated the stock in order to conspire to attack a company, and they ran a scheme to run the price up and possibly cash out a pump and dump scheme. Now, you may not agree with that. That's fine. But guess what? When it goes to court, and the judge and the jury, who are all on the side of Wall Street, say that fuck all that shit, fuck Reddit, and fuck Bro Truth and his buddies, guess what? They're going to get that court case thrown out.
The worst thing they could do is
bro, you sound like a complete idiot, dude. You know that?
Yeah, wait.
You make no sense, dog. Nothing you said makes any sense, dog. You just yell as if you're fucking talking sense, but you're not. You never listen to yourself. You need to take time. You need to fucking put a Twinkie in your mouth and actually fucking think before you fucking say any goddamn thing, nigga. Cause real talk, I literally don't think you have any fucking way to slow yourself down and think before you talk.
Yeah, that's why
there's nothing but a bunch of raw diarrhea that makes no fucking sense, nigga. Straight up.
Yeah, people who
no
know
foundation
nothing are the ones that don't
I've not heard.
Mr.
Hold on,
Options Trader, where's your Lamborghini, Options Trader? Why don't you bet me
Why would I put
$100?
money on that on a
Why don't you
Lamborghini?
put
That's
your
about
money
the
where your
dumbest shit
mouth
I
is?
ever fucking heard, dog.
What?
Well, anyway,
So
y'all,
Lamborghinis are your fucking measurement for wealth.
round
You
30,
fucking
round
retard.
37 of you niggas, we got Judge in the building. Go ahead, Judge Zilla. Go ahead, bro.
Well, my position is a little bit different than what's been stated up here.
Okay.
There are elements of it that I agree with. But this is what I'm saying is, okay, we're familiar with Stratton Oakmont, right? This is just general understanding, right? We're familiar with what Stratton Oakmont was, right? Jordan Belfort?
Yes.
Okay.
Jordan Belfort.
Right. So he was not an owner of any of these companies. He was a third party who manipulated stock by cold calling, right? Manipulates penny stock prices by cold calling and having his people push them through. So in this, let me read this real quickly, if I may here. 1 second. Somebody mentioned a short squeeze, but there's another version for that called the short and distort. A variant of the pump and dump scam, the short and distort works in the opposite manner. Instead of first buying the stock and then artificially raising its price before selling, in a short and distort, the scammer first short sells the stock and then artificially lowers the price, using the same techniques as the pump and dump, but using criticism or negative predictions regarding the stock. The scammer then covers their short position when they buy back the stock at a lower price. Effectively, what has happened here is somebody stole from the weed man in states where weed's not legal. Right? So they recognized, I believe that there's going to be fault on both sides of the hedge funds and the secondary and the secondary actors from the Reddit, from the Reddit group. Because what effectively the Reddit group did is they saw this happening because this is a regular occurrence, right? It doesn't matter that it's illegal; it's still a regular occurrence. It's still like propping up your sheets at the end of a quarter, right? It's illegal, but everybody does it.
Thank
right?
you.
No, Judge Hill, I'm sorry.
No, please,
but
please,
you're-
1 second, please,
Go ahead,
1 second.
go ahead.
Let me
Go
complete it out and then criticize.
Thank you.
Right?
Yep, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, and so what ended up happening here is these Redditors, based on the path that Bro Truth laid out earlier, right? They became, first it was 4chan, and then they started theorizing how they fuck with shit and if this would work, and enough of them collectivized to do it. What they effectively did is, you know, those automatic doors at a grocery store or your driveway door that have those sensors, right? Where the hedge funds were trying to prop their position, what they effectively did is they put their foot in the path of the sensor so that the door couldn't close anymore. So it fucked them. It fucked the hedge fund and a little bit of money on the back end. But again, it just, all of what it illustrated was disregard of the standards set that were already being violated funds, and they in turn profited off of intersecting it. They switched the weed with catnip.
Well, thank you, Judge Zilla, and for bringing up that example, because I really, personally, I wanted to leave the Wolf of Wall Street out, but let me just thank you for bringing up that short and
That's not
distort.
what happened here,
And
though.
the one thing I want to say about what Judge Zilla just said real quick is the simple fact is, I believe that when I say pump and dump, I'm using that as an umbrella term to cover multiple different types of pump and dump.
You was wrong.
No, I didn't ask you shit because you ain't got no money to show me. So anyway, as I was saying,
You were wrong,
Judge Zilla, thank you for helping me with that, because I believe pump and dump is an umbrella term. And when I say pump and dump, I specifically mean that the stock was being pumped up with the express position that somebody was going to dump it later. Now, who that somebody is, we need to see an investigation done. And over time, they're going to snatch those Reddits out of everybody's computer, especially people like Bro Truth, and they're going to find out what you knew and when you knew it. And if you got to go to jail, then you go there. But what I'm saying is somebody's going to fucking jail. And
Listen,
what I'm
man.
saying is,
You're loud and wrong. You're not making any sense, bro. You're talking about people on Reddit gonna go to jail, nigga. What are you talking about, nigga?
Go back to
If
what
he
I
doesn't
said.
go to jail, what reality are you living in?
Hold on. Wait,
It's
we
not
got.
making any sense.
Wait.
Can I go back to what I said in the beginning? Everything that Judge Zilla just said. Who publishes the company has to publish the information in order for it to be illegal. If the information that they publish is falsified, then it becomes illegal. As far as the short and distort, don't know about it. As far as like what the pump and dump is about, if the company reports bad financial information, that initiates the illegality. That's when you have an investigation and all the rest.
I disagree.
I know how this happened, bro. Okay,
I know
the option prices, and I've seen how the shit went down.
Wait.
So anybody to come here and talk about
so what I'm saying
fucking
is
weed and catnip, bro, it's irrelevant. I literally was in
finish real quick. So what I'm saying is if a person initiates this kind of activity, it's a so what? Because
it's illegal.
It's not
limited to the company.
It's called manipulation, and it's illegal.
Correct.
No. I understand what you're saying. It's not coming from the company has to falsify their own financial info.
No.
That's is not limited to the company.
I as an individual cannot go in and go, oh yeah, this company is about to do gangbusters, and then it becomes like the company's problem. That's not how that works.
It depends. Do you have a license?
Yeah, pump and dump is an illegal scheme to boost the stock's price based on false.
It depends.
It's not limited to the company.
Right,
it could be me and you.
Yes.
It's illegal.
Check it out, though. What we're missing in this,
if you're the company,
is that there is the intent to pump and dump.
Zero's not wrong. That is one method. The other, you're also guilty of that if you hold a securities license and you participate. You don't have to have.
That is different. I mean, if the person has a
y'all going
license,
crazy.
that's not even the same.
Yeah, we're not even
y'all going way. Y'all doing too much.
We're talking about individual retail traders, bro. We're talking about individual retail traders that decided to take a trade
their money
off of information with their own money. Okay, that's what happened here. They seen that the shares were basically overshorted to a tune of 140%, and they knew that these banks would have to cover these shorts.
No, but bro,
and that's why this shit went down, bro.
Hold on, wait. So this is my question, and shout out to Judge Zilla. He brought up a great point of saying, okay, so if you know that this is illegal on the end of where they're doing this, these shorts, right, to what Bro Truth was talking about, shorting it even past the amount of stocks that were there. Okay, why is it such a big issue again when the little guy exploits it? Because
he had to go through a pass-through.
Why did he have to go through? What do you mean? Explain that.
Because you cannot purchase. I can't go to the store and purchase stock. I have to go through a pass-through service. The pass-through service that allows this to happen is also liable.
Okay,
what the hell does it do? You talking about the broker? You talking about your broker? What did your broker have to do with you putting money in?
Because your broker can't allow you to do illegal things.
That's not illegal, bro.
What? Let's assume
time out, bro. We're making some logical jumps here, bro. Like
you can't direct your broker to do something illegal.
How are you taking the opposite end of the hedge fund bet?
But hold on.
Illegal. You're basically making money on the opposite end of that hedge fund bet. So how is that illegal?
If that's the case, wait. So again, Judge Zilla, if that's the case, again, if that's the truth, where you can't force the broker, which would be TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Robinhood, or whoever, right, to do something illegal, okay, isn't the fact that they're doing it mean that it's legal? Why would they?
No. Just like, okay, let's make the tangent. If I am a tax preparer, right, and you knowingly lied to me, and I know that you're lying to me, I cannot file your tax return. I become liable. So just like this, the individual consumer, right?
How can you be liable?
Hold on.
Because he's licensed. He's licensed. That's why he's licensed.
But we're talking about retail traders. It's not.
Let him put up the analogy. Let him say the analogy.
Go ahead.
You're stuck on the I'm not saying the liability of the retail trader. I'm saying the liability of the pass-throughs that are utilized.
Wait, no,
It's a loophole.
Let's get down to the brass tacks of the argument. What is your argument saying that there was some
bro? Truth, let Dollar Will go. Go ahead, Dollar.
Go ahead, bro.
Listen, go ahead. I just want to get clear on Judge Zilla. How are you saying that the retail trader who wants to go long GameStop that them or their broker is doing anything wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing illegal about a retail trader going long GameStop, even in the midst of all of this. Them or the broker.
You're absolutely, except I would agree with you when you say, except for when you say in the midst of it, because when it's an obvious run up, obvious things are obvious.
But that's what. But
there's nothing illegal about catching a trend in a run up. There's nothing illegal about that. That's my right.
You can't be making these statements, bro. Like that makes no sense.
That makes because you can't tell somebody not to buy something just because everybody's buying it. That's not. That doesn't make any sense.
It's going up. That's why we buy it.
Citizen Luke, you're reading this. You're reading what I'm saying backwards.
Okay.
Clarify, Judge. Clarify, Judge.
Yeah, clarify. Elaborate.
Please.
You can't go to your licensed security, right? These all for the retail purchaser who does not have a securities license, right? He has to go through somebody who has a security license. With that securities license are responsibilities and legal.
Okay, let's make this plain. I go to Robinhood and I press buy. GameStop. Right. That's what we're talking about. I didn't break no law, and Robinhood didn't break no law.
They did if it's obvious that there's a situation. Again, if there's an obvious securities violation.
Okay,
right?
but okay.
So when you have a 15-fold or greater run up in 24 hours, there might be some questioning there.
Yeah, but the key word is might. Again, like I said. Bro, it's like, hold on. I remember
on a stock that's failing.
Yeah, but even still,
understand the mechanism of why that happened though. Is because of the shares
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen all the time. But I'm saying there's a reason why it ran up though. There's a reason. That's what we're missing. That's what we're missing though. This is a portion of the thing. All right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
Josh.
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen all the time.
I'm not saying it happens all the time. I mean, it's considered legal all the time it happens.
This is exposed, right? It always happens behind closed doors. This is exposed.
There was nothing illegal that happened here, and there was nothing abnormal that happened here up until the time when brokerages said we're not allowing people to sell anymore.
Right, exactly.
I'm sorry. We're not allowing people to buy anymore. That's what they said.
Yeah, where we disagree, Dollar Will, where we disagree is I believe the illegality began when the hedge funds started pumping their money into the stock.
But that's normal Wall Street business.
I'm not saying it's not normal, but it violates SEC.
Okay, here. Now listen, as you're going to get legal, and so in law, if you allow something to happen, then it becomes the practice. You set a new precedent, and so when I say this is normal, I'm saying the precedent has already been set that this is just what happens. The whales come in, they short it, and people like me and you, we look at the put call ratio, and we go, okay, I think I want to try that too.
Dollar Will, no, wait. I'm not gonna cut in real quick. Real quick. I just want to say one more thing.
Wait, nigga. One more sentence, man. Just wait. Or not. Sometimes I look at the put call ratio, and because I'm an Elliott Wave theory trader, I say Wall Street is wrong, and I go long and bet against them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no. All I wanted to say, because people keep on saying, well, why can the hedge fund do it and the little guys can't? You have to understand the Securities Act of 1993 legalizes hedge funds. That's all I wanted to say.
When you say that, the hedge funds can do what you're talking about, we both can short.
As long as the hedge funds don't participate in any fraudulent activity, what they were doing was legal. But these people,
nothing fraudulent happened. They
got caught with their fucking pants down. That's what happened. Okay, they got caught with their pants down because they over-invested, they over-leveraged themselves by betting against GameStop.
So wait,
They suppressed GameStop.
Let's take the over leveraging part out for argument's sake, okay? Whenever too many people line up on one side of the damn trade, this kind of shit happens.
Yup, you're right.
A very common thing when too many shorts come in. What'll happen is the price will spring up a little more, shake the shorts out, because the margin calls start coming in from the broker. Yes. If you don't have liquid money in there to cover that loss as the price rolls up, what happens is the broker starts selling your shares of Apple and Tesla and stuff that you don't mean to sell, because the broker ain't gonna take that loss. You are.
Yes. Real quick.
Dude, let me get one more sentence out. So the price goes up maybe 1 or 2 more %. The shorts get shaken out, and then it turns around and falls. That's normal. It happens all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
But in this case, because it was overwhelmingly shorted.
Share one example real quick with you, Dollar Will. When I came into this space originally, everybody had lined up on one side of the bet saying that Trump was going to win. I came in and said, no, the fuck he's not, and I'm willing to bet you money he's not. Sure enough, I won. I shorted the short sellers. Okay, go ahead.
And that's sort of like buy when there's blood in the streets. That's an example of that. When too many people herd up on one side, the herd is sometimes wrong.
Nigga, nobody really believe that, bro. Trump really won, but you niggas stole the fucking shit. Yeah, he did, bro. You got 80 million people saying we know you lying, nigga.
Can we not do this the whole Trump shit now, bro? Specifically technical analysis. Let's get back on the technical analysis. From my standpoint, bro. From my technical standpoint, I think.
Can I respond?
Hold on. Hey, brother. We starting to overtalk each other. Let Dollar Will say his shit, then Bro Truth, then Judge Zilla. Go ahead, Dollar Will. Finish what you're saying.
Yeah, I said the only thing that was odd, or not odd, the only thing that was I guess unusual, but not odd. The wrong person, the wrong side lost. Okay, exactly. Big money usually wins. It's hard to beat the house. Okay, but every once in a while, the house is wrong, and this was one of those times.
And they got bailed out again.
Correct.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They got caught with their pants down.
Big truck.
They got caught trying to fuck these companies over. And they got caught with their pants down, and they got bailed the fuck out once again.
Yes. The stock price was supposed to be allowed to go higher. What happened to you free market people? That's what was supposed to happen.
I say that all the time. Why do Republicans got sanctions on these fucking countries like Venezuela and Cuba? I say it all the time. These people aren't free market. These are big government, conservative, hypocrite motherfuckers. That's what they are. Fuck them.
Right. No, to Dollar Will, to your example, like, look, I'm 7 days in, right? I'm 7 days, 8 days in on a swing trade on Forex. I'm 7 days in. I thought for sure, based on analytics, it was I'm stuck in a short. I thought for sure it was going to go to 140.44. It's now at 143.24. I'm gonna hit my intersection point. I just have to hold on to it, and I just have to hope that they don't call my margin. But there again, I have 200%. I have 100% margin percentage, so they're not going to call my margin, right? So I'm stuck in the same position the hedge funds are, with the exception, right, that they didn't put the correct stops, and they didn't leverage their capital correctly.
You're right. And they got saved because they weren't smart enough to stop themselves.
Right. They got saved. They went and called mama and daddy to save them.
That's right.
Yeah, big establishment took an L. It's okay. We all take L's. Yeah. Move on.
Yeah, so
tell that to the hedge fund. That's exactly what should happen to the hedge fund. If they go out of business, they go out of business. Another company steps in, the market keeps going.
Thank you. And Big Troy, I thought you just bail out.
Again, not This is not Forex advice. This is not financial advice. This is not. I was just illustrating the position. Like I understand the frustration of these hedge funds when you don't do things correctly. Look, I didn't have the proper stop in place, but I did leverage my money correctly.
And I want to mention something I said earlier in the talk when I was talking to Mr. Fantastic. I said there's rich people not concerned about losing money. They're concerned about the wealth transfer. They're concerned about losing power. They don't mind if they get a little less rich as long as they're richer than you. What you saw was a wealth transfer getting ready to happen from that hedge fund to all the Reddit and people just like you and me. We're not supposed to win. And they use their power, as we also were talking about, Mr. Fantastic. The power, money is portable power. They use their power and they stop the system. So that they could not lose money.
Yep.
And so there's going to be a good, serious talk about the encroachment on your freedom, your rights to have a level playing field. Now, I understand what Big Trucker is saying. He's right. That daggone thing that we signed away or they gave you away all your rights. So we're going to see a dog and pony show, and the elected officials in the SEC are going to end up they're going to put some change in the language to make people feel better. We're going to have a political resolution to this, but nobody going to jail and nobody going to pay no fine. And we're going to keep on.
I agree with you there.
I want to see some Redditors go to jail.
But
It's not going to happen, bro. What are you talking about? Come back to reality. You still in your fucking sugar high.
Yo, let me
hear your nightly donut rage.
Y'all niggas hear me? Let me
calm
hear
the fuck down, bro. Nobody's going to jail for fucking Reddit.
The worst that's going to happen is they're going to trace their ass.
We hear you, Fantastic. We hear you.
Goddamn, nigga, let me have my shit. Well, let's do what we can. No, we cool. Listen, this is the thing, man. Big Truck, bro. Listen, man. You can't be mad when the rabbit gets the gun, bro. Again, y'all got caught doing the same shit that you do on the daily. The house always wins, but the house does lose every now and then. And this is just a time where the fucking house lost. So take your L and don't be a bitch about it. That's all we're saying. Because if anybody goes to jail, it should be somebody on the fucking end of Robin Hood and shit like that. Because again, you literally even if you say it's a law that it's possible this, that, and the other, I promise you, bro, that case is not going to be thrown out. It's going to be heard. And there are going to be interpretations and arguments about that. And ultimately, what I see happening is there's going to be a settlement, bro. I'm telling you, Robin Hood is going to pay a settlement for this. It's the only way for them to save face. Listen. Because if they don't, this is what's going to happen to Robinhood. Because Robinhood was already in trouble at the beginning of 2020. Hell, Robinhood was about to go bankrupt, if I remember right.
Robinhood's beneath that.
70% of their user base, bro. From the shit that happened today, people already leaving the platform.
Well, that's
it's over.
So hold on. So I'm not saying it's not over yet. This is what I'm saying. Robinhood was already in trouble last year, right? And now you have this big thing that they're going to do after they just had this, this saving grace. Now they really are in trouble of losing everything. So if they want to exist, the only way they're going to be able to exist, bro, is to let this play out. They take the hit and pay a little bit of money, and then they get caught back up on the back end by those same hedge funds that they fucking sold out for. That's
hedge funds.
Hold on. Wait. Mr. Fantastic addressed that what it means. So very quickly, I have to answer. Okay. What I believe is going to happen is Robinhood is going to lose so much business until probably going to end up getting bought out by somebody else.
Charles Schwab is going to buy them. They buying everybody else. They own TD Ameritrade. They ain't think of swim. Charles Schwab is buying up everything.
Yes. But you know what? Robinhood had an IPO trader, so I could give a shit.
Yeah, Robinhood had their IPO coming up.
Yeah, we know. They're going to get shorted on nothing.
They're going to get shorted. Huh?
You say Robinhood?
Yeah, Robinhood. Well, we talked to me, nigga. But Robinhood had an IPO coming up pretty soon, and now they're just gonna get shorted to hell. They had 100,000 one-star reviews. Apple's bitch ass locked the reviews so you couldn't put anything.
Yep.
And then Google Play deleted all the reviews. Robinhood is finito. It's over for them.
And nothing of value was lost. Robinhood is for children. I don't trade on it, so good riddance. But
listen, one thing for it, right? We can actually be thankful to Robinhood for one thing. Robinhood changed the face so that regular people could get into without having, and for people who actually are already in it, reduce trade costs. Like,
yeah, and then stop the regular people from doing it. So they went against what they said they would try to do.
One thing that we tend to obscure from these conversations is risk management. Anytime I hear brothers on panels talk about trading or Bitcoin, it's always about upside, making money on the upside. You never hear anything about proper positioning, entry, target pricing. You never hear anything about making sure that your percentages, your risk percentages do not exceed a certain amount you're willing to risk based on your account size. There's a lot of shit that comes with investing in general that niggas are completely forgetting.
And bro, that's why.
Anytime I put my money into the market, I have a step-by-step process that every trade has to go through in order to remove my emotions from the decision. Because
do you have a website?
Emotions in the trade. No, I don't.
Right,
I trade by myself for myself. I don't trade for anyone else. I've been doing this shit for quite some time, sir.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to get onto the Bro Truth train so I could be able to afford a Lamborghini soon.
Ask your mom, man. Ask your mom. She was on my dick the other night, man. So,
wait.
Ask about that.
We're gonna let Dollar Will. Hold up. We're gonna let Dollar Will say his piece. Then Maurice, I see you down there, brother. I ain't forgot about you. But just think about keep your thought, Dollar Will. But Bro Truth, you brought up a great point. And we're going to switch it over to Bitcoin after Dollar Will and Maurice go to talk about that. Brothers always talk about Bitcoin. Niggas been quiet as a church mouse this last last 2 weeks, nigga. You know, lost $10. Hold on. I know. Let's calm down, nigga. Hush. Dollar Will, go ahead. Then Maurice is on you. Go ahead, Dollar Will.
Yeah, I just wanted to double up on what Bro Truth just said, and because that's why I funnel just about everybody in my group to trading forex, because it forces you to use stop losses and make a profit projection, take profit projection, and do what Bro Truth said, money management, risk management. That's what it's about. Now, when you're a long term trader, investor, whatever, because you do so few transactions, you don't get the exercise, the repetition of going through that evaluation process of what's the safe place to enter the stock, what's the safe place to exit the stock. But people that are day traders and say swing traders, you got to go through that process over and over and over again. And it's only with that repetition that you get better. But we're talking about hedge fund. They're supposed to be the best in the game.
Yeah.
So it just lets you know that, ego, arrogance. It's no limit to that. No matter how much money you make, you still need to be protected from yourself. So they made some dumb decisions.
One thing hasn't changed, though. It's still a zero-sum game. That's why people don't give that advice.
What was that?
Maurice, hold on. It's on Maurice. Go ahead, Maurice.
Man, I'm not really big into stocks and bonds like that, but I do understand a little bit because of the stock market. But all it is really, to me, is just deception. Just deceiving people to put money and invest in some stock just so for what? So you get money back, so you get money invested out of it.
Get more money and you can buy a Lamborghini. Well, real quick,
let the man finish, Big Truck.
Like, for real, dog. This nigga just got on the panel, man. Chill the fuck out.
No, that's just how I look at it. Like, it's nothing bad. And I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But to me, it's just another way to take away from what actual currency is, which is actual gold, which is actual something physical in my hand.
Right.
Trying to trigger me.
The thing is, bro, brothers should understand how the market
this is the
works.
reason why I interject. I was supposed to go
I'm
after
gonna bite a hole in my lip.
Hold on, one second. Fantastic. When you said that nobody's been talking about Bitcoin, I would like to point out that Bitcoin is roughly around $34,000 right now. But there are people who are still actively pumping Bitcoin still. It's just that you don't hear them so much because it depends what outlet you're watching. Keep in mind, Bitcoin has gone up. It broke through those ranges, went to 40,000. And then, yes, it did drop. back below 30, and now it's back up to 34. My point is, the reason why people shouldn't be jumping onto Bitcoin with the get rich quick mentality and thinking that they're just going to mortgage their house and buy into Bitcoin, the reason why they shouldn't do it is simply because, number one, you have no idea how long you're going to have to front those payments until it actually does go up. And that in and of itself could cause so much of a financial burden that you might go bankrupt that way. And number two, you don't know when it's going up. You don't know if it's going up. However, because they're forcing so much money into it, I would say that it probably is going to keep rising, but you just don't know when and where. It would take it to go to 60,000 in order for you to double your money.
Is that what I'm saying?
Opinion, that doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to do what I did, get into Tesla or get into these stocks where they're actually producing a product intercontinentally. Tesla is making a brand new car in China. They've got a market that's so huge. It's been nothing but upside. I bought into Tesla in 2012, man, at $30 a share. I can't prove it any other way than that, man. It's better than Bitcoin. The return is huge. All right,
this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, yes. No, go ahead, bro. I need to learn how I can afford
my whole thing is this, bro. My whole thing is this. What's up with you and Lamborghinis, man? Like,
if you're an options trader,
you're certified on some nigger shit, dog. Like, real talk,
you're an options trader.
Why the fuck would I buy a Lamborghini though, man? That's about the dumbest shit you can put your money towards.
All right, I'll answer that.
That's about the dumbest shit you can do. Like, for real. I'm not into wasting fucking money, bro.
I'd
rather spend my money on experiences, my nigga. Fuck a luxury car, dog. That's nothing but a bill.
Hold on.
Company has been in existence for decades.
Nobody takes you.
You can rent them motherfuckers, bro. Why would I buy a Lamborghini?
Nobody takes you seriously.
Way too fucking much.
You buy a Lamborghini.
Buy a Lamborghini and put it on Turo.
Hey, real quick. Hey, I'm about to jump off. Can I just say my last piece real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, that's it. Hey, what's up? Salute to everybody. Hey, Big Troy, like I said, I still don't think anything was illegal, but hey, we got different opinions. But I wanted to say this about 2021. Big establishment is taking a lot of L's. Ever since the Capitol riots, you see big establishment is on the reaction. You know, like if you boxing and somebody's on the ropes and they keep getting hit. We got big tech took a hit. We got Congress took a hit. Now we got Wall Street taking a hit. Hey, a lot of shit's getting fucked up right now, and it's only.
Look, here's my thing. My bottom line is, and I know these guys in here like Tinfoil Tuesday. I absolutely believe they wanted that Capitol riot to happen just so it could be used as a pretext to give them the power that they wanted. What they'll do is they'll just blame.
I don't disagree with you on that.
Of course not, because I understand how you guys think with that Tinfoil Tuesday stuff. So the bottom line is what they want is they want to be able to overstep their boundaries and their power, but what they needed was an excuse to be able to do it. It's just like with Trump. They didn't kick him off Twitter until he gave them the perfect excuse to not only get him, but everybody else, and they use hate speech as a pretext and so forth and so on. Congress didn't take no L. Not one congressperson died. There were 4 or 5 deaths. 2 cops committed suicide. And now they're going to armor up Congress to the point where you'll never be able to do that shit again. So the Congress didn't take no L. They got exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it seemed like their car got pulled. That's all I'm saying. You know,
listen,
people know where they're at now.
When you talk about losses, ask Ashley Babbitt about how much of an L Congress took when she got shot in her fucking mouth.
What about George Floyd? He got. What about the niggas I was riding for? I mean, you know, like that's what I'm saying, bro. All right, Big Truck, you pro-establishment, bro. You know what I'm saying? We already understand.
You know what? I've been accused before of being a statist, and to tell you the truth, I have no comeback for that. So they're probably right.
That's what. Yeah, we can tell, bro. You with big tech, you big Wall Street, big banks, everybody.
Big everything, baby. Big Trump series, baby. Big, baby.
He's on the establishment's dick, man. He loves it.
Yeah, this is college shit, bro.
I'm going to co-sign with 2 points that Brother Truth and Dollar Will brought up. Again, alluding it to. Remember, one thing that is never that won't change and has never changed. That trading on these platforms, this way, is always a zero-sum game. For there be winners, there must be losers. And that is why a lot of that information that you were talking about margin protections, about stop loss protections, not is not given out to a lot of people, because if you're in the game, you want to see, like, if you're in the game, most likely you want to see people make those mistakes so that you can capitalize, and maybe they'll learn from the loss of dollar value, as long as it's not too far, too bad. You can, because you can only stress it too far. The real teacher in that is when you fail to heed and you get bit pretty hard.
I call that the stupid tax.
Yes. And if you've participated, we've all fucking paid
the stupid tax, right?
So I don't have anything. I'm not a crypto guy. I don't know much about it. I got to catch up with Lionel a little bit more. But y'all have a great one, and the Black Brain Trust. Y'all have a great one, and in Thai City as well. And I'm out. Thanks for having me on.
Good night. Thank you for all the points.
Thanks, Judge.
You really helped me out a lot. Thank you.
How? Yeah. So again, I want to just put this out there. You know, any person investing in the market needs to have a risk management mindset when approaching. Because that profit mindset, I'm gonna make X, Y amount of dollars, counting your money before you even make it, that shit will have you broke quick. Okay. And I'm talking from experience, because I blew up 3 accounts already. Okay. I've been trading for a while. I'm not saying I've been a successful trader all my fucking life. I just, as of 2-3 years ago, I just figured out what the fuck I was doing wrong.
You got tired of losing.
And that was putting my profits above my risk management strategy. And now, ever since about 2-3 years ago, I don't take a trade unless it goes through specific steps to remove my emotions from it. I need to know, where's my stop? I need to know, where's my target? I need to know, where's my entry? At what point am I going to get into this position? I need to know, what is my position size? For my account, I don't exceed 5% of my account for any one position. You know what that does? It prevents my account from being blown up. Because previously, what I would do is I would put a shit ton of my account percentage into one trade, thinking that I had everything figured out. I've done my due diligence. I've seen the charts. I've looked at the numbers. This is going to work out. There's no fucking possible way that this is not going to work out. And then the next thing you know, it's shit. Everything goes to shit. Because as soon as you're winning and you think you have everything figured out, that's the exact point where the market's going to fucking hand you your ass, fucking cooked, roasted, and goddamn packaged, nigga, straight up.
Have you ever gone through one of those trading combines with those prop firms?
No. Everything I've done has been self-taught.
Listen, they got a couple of them you can try. They give you 14 days for free. Let's see. I know there's one called Top Step. It's on the future side, but it's price action. You can figure you can get around it. The good part about it is at the end of the free trial, they got a 14-day free trial. And then there's another one called FTMO. They have a 14-day free trial. The good thing about it is they give you data analytics of your trading over that 14 days. Like, what's your average loss? What's your average win? How long do you hold it? What's your drawdown? That means how long do you sit there while it's going negative? And when you have that data looking you square in the face, that will make you change.
Absolutely, bro. That is 110% correct. Because again, that was another piece of the puzzle that I was missing when I blew up those other 3 accounts. Is because I didn't have that analytic data. I didn't have any journal that I kept. It was just me putting the money into the fucking markets, me basically saying, oh, well, I know, this is definitely going to go up. I see this volume coming in. Oh, I have a Fibonacci retracement here. This is a good price level. And I will put all this shit together. And next thing you know, the stock would crash. Or if I had a put, I bought a put, it would fucking reverse. You know what I mean? Right. And having these things and having a journal, having a step-by-step process, it removes the mistakes. It makes it mechanical. That's the only way professional traders become successful is making their trading mechanical. I don't even manually execute my trades that often anymore. Everything I do is based off of bracket orders, bro. I stop loss my way into the market, the meaning that I basically create my trades for the day, the night before. I stop loss my way into the market. I know exactly how much money I'm willing to lose. So essentially, I have on TD Ameritrade, you probably do this on Robinhood and other brokers, but you can actually set up your trades the night before or the morning of, and you can say, okay, when the stock reach this price, I want you to trigger this order. I want to trigger a long bull call spread on Facebook. If it hit this target, once the trade is on, then I'm going to set up my risk management based off of the ATR. The ATR is the average true range. Average true range essentially means how often, how much this particular instrument moves in a particular day, whether it be 50 cents, $1.50. You base your risk off of the average true range of the underlying. This does two things, right? So basically, you're able to create a risk management strategy that's curtailed to the stock itself. So you're not just going off a percentage loss. You're actually going off of how often or what's the likelihood of a particular instrument moving against you or for you. So I create an average true range price target and an average true range stop loss. So I then have something that will protect me based off of the historical movement of that particular instrument.
Sounds logical. But the point which you made earlier, you got to get beat up enough until you get there. The failure rate in trading is 90%.
Absolutely.
And the failure rate is that high because most people don't even try to get no education. And I would say in this day and age, the worst thing you can do is really try to teach yourself. It takes too long. You need to be in a group with some other people that can save you from yourself. You know, it's like when you have to be accountable to another group and show your results to somebody, that your pride will get in it at that point. Then you will stop yourself because you don't want to look stupid, you know, showing somebody that you keep doing the same mistake. So it helps to be in a group.
Yeah. But above all else, bro, it really comes down to making your trades on a mechanical level, bro. You creating a plan and sticking to that plan, regardless of anything of what. Don't let your emotions, because that's what happens, bro.
Greed. Like, you gotta combat greed.
Yeah, straight up. And it's hard as fuck because you'll be revenge trading. Like that's what happened to me on a couple of trades where I was down and it's like, oh, I gotta make this money back. You know, and until you actually sit yourself down and say, yo, okay, why am I taking this trade? What are the fucking factors in this particular price action that warrants this trade? Does this trade fit my fucking pre-prescribed trading plan? What are the rules? What are the rules that this trade matches? If it doesn't match it, don't take the trade. You know what I mean? Straight up. And again, this is actually coming from someone that has lost considerable amount of money on his career to becoming a full-time trader.
We all have.
Yeah.
And I keep people in paper trading mode. Look, everybody in my group has left to trade real money before I told them to, because you know I'll be like 6 months in. You know, you still paper trading? They go, no, I'm trading real money. You know, because I like to keep people in the paper trading, but it's something psychological about when you have real money on the line, you do take it more seriously. But there is tremendous value in working out your system in paper trading, and like he said, developing some written rules, some clear rules, and being religious about going through the sequence of your rules before you enter or exit. You know, it's a discipline, but it's like anything else. You know, exercise and eat right every day. You know, everybody know to do it, but it's
up, Big Truck. That nigga don't know shit about that, man. Like, nigga don't know shit. Like, if it ain't about
so
living
you want to
some
bring
money.
me back in, huh? Oh, okay, cool.
I know. Hey, man, I figured you was over. I figured you was over there, motherfucking eating a donut sandwich or some shit, bro. I ain't want to disturb you, man. My bad.
On your stock, I don't take losses.
Hey, man, we all take losses, man. If you ain't taking losses, you ain't.
I don't know about you. I think you're doing it wrong.
Hey, man, real talk. I don't give a fuck who you are. Anytime you in the market and you approach this shit, bro, especially as a beginner, maybe Big Truck is the Jesus of Wall Street. You know what I mean? That nigga's perfect.
Genius of Wall Street. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. That nigga's an anomaly. Because anybody approaching this shit, bro, especially if you coming out and you're as a retail trader and you're trying to figure this shit out on your own, you will at the initial stages take losses. Just like when you was a kid, you fell off your fucking bike. But the thing is, the point of the matter is, make your losses short. And the only way you can do this is create a money management plan that will keep you from blowing up your account. Do not risk any more than 5% on one trade. And you have to maintain this across every single trade. If a trade is too large for your account, you can't take it. Like for me, initially, one trade that blew up my account, I was trading on Priceline. That's $1,000 stock when I was trading at one point. I was trading on Priceline, and when it was making price swings in my account, this shit was literally taking up like, a good 50% of my fucking account on one price swing because of the size of the underlying was way too large for me to be trading, bro.
And that's what happened with that. And that's what happened with that hedge fund.
Yeah,
shorting games. That's what happened. It started eating up too much of their capital.
Yeah. So I mean, this shit happens, man. Like, and I think these are the learning lessons you're gonna get in any profession or any field, especially when it comes to trading. You're going to get your knocks. Except Big Truck, he's fucking perfect. He's a fucking stock market.
It's not that I'm perfect. It's just that I abide by some very, very good rules. I buy low and I sell high. And the thing about it is, I never ever trade on margin, and I always reduce my risk simply by betting with money that I just stopped caring about.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I may not be able to afford Lamborghinis just yet, but I've been doing pretty well.
All right, man. No, enough fucking Lamborghini talk, man. Listen, hey, Dollar Will, do me a favor, man. Put your link down in the chat type so I can mod you up, man. You can post your link, or better yet, let me stop being lazy, bro. I'll find you. Give me a second.
All right. Yeah, I got a new name. A suggestion for your production company, Mr. Fantastic. You can call it Smoke Media.
Smoke Media.
Because that seemed to be over here, man. When the smoke came, the numbers jumped up, man.
Tell you, man. You know how I told you, bro. You go learn something. It's gonna be a lot of shit talked around here, bro. You know how we get down. But brothers helping brothers out, learning shit. A lot of knowledge tonight, man. Greatly appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure you guys go over there and sub to him if you're not already, man. It only gets better. Shout out to everybody that came up. Appreciate you, Dollar Will, for sticking around with me, man. Don't drop off just yet. When everybody drop off, we'll stay on. But greatly appreciate everybody that came through, bro. Who say niggas don't want to learn shit? Who say niggas don't want to talk about pussy? Who say niggas ain't talking about getting this money? I'm just saying. We didn't talk about no pussy tonight, Zero, other than saying that we wasn't. Huh?
I know. We had like an insane dude on the panel, and then if people that actually do money shit. So
I mean, the pussy was in the Lamborghini. That's what
I'm saying. We didn't talk about pussy other than talking about we not talking about pussy. So hey, it can be done, nigga. We
ain't just buying no Lamborghini without some pussy.
But bunch of heavy hitters up here, man. Greatly appreciate everybody coming through, man. Y'all know how we get down, bro. That's that on that one, man. Catch you next time. We'll see you. That's holla at y'all, man. I'm out.
All right.
Later.